few things that we're going to look at. One that Truth sent over. This is our good friend, Mr. Kennedy. Good old John Kennedy. And he's talking about why we have the government shut down. I know that's a big topic. Everybody's talking about the government is still shut down. And so let's see why.
President Biden, we found that under President Biden, they were spending $3 million for circumcisions and vasectomies in Zambia. We took that out. The Congresswoman says, we're going to shut down government till you put that back in. We found $500,000 of American taxpayer money for electric buses in Rwanda. We found $3.6 million for pastry cooking classes and dance focus groups for male prostitutes in Haiti. I kid you not. I'm not making this up. It was in the budget under President Biden. We took it out. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez in the socialist wing, the loon wing of the Democratic Party, says we're going to shut down government until you put it back in. I'll just read you a few more that we took out. They are demanding we put back in. $6 million for media organizations for the Palestinians.
Are you out of your cotton-picking mind?
I have to play some of those sound clips, bro. Oh, man. Babe, can I have some water, please? It's losing my voice over the live stream I did in the streets yesterday, man. Still losing my voice. Can I have some water, please? Thank you.
Are you out of your
cotton-picking mind? Thank you. Thank you. All right. Here we go.
$833,000 for transgender people in Nepal. $300,000 for a pride parade in Lesotho. $882,000 for social media mentorship in Serbia. $4.2 million. We took it out. The Congresswoman and the socialist wing of their party says we got to put that back in for the open government. $4.2 million.
Your cotton-picking mind?
Truth says, this video made me mad. Yeah, bro, it makes me mad too, man. You're not alone. I paid $47,000 taxes last year for this BS. Yep, I feel you, bro. I feel you on that. State Line says, anybody buy the theorist reset back to Republic during the shutdown? I'm calling BS. Please explain. I don't know what you mean here. Theorist reset back to Republic. I still have an outstanding 100K tax bill that I'm going to pay because of crap like this. Absolutely, until the government uses tax money for the taxpayers, we should boycott. All right, guys, here we go. Let's finish this up. This clip.
$1 million for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex people in the Western Balkans and Uganda. I could spend the rest of the afternoon here. We took all that out. It upset Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez. It upset the socialist wing of her party. And now that wing of her party and the Congresswoman are threatening all other Democrats and saying, you've got to shut that government down until we get what we want. And part of what they want is to add this kind of stuff back into the bill. And that's what this fight is all about. We found that
yeah, it's wild. I'm sure there's a few other things in there, but where? Let's see, Sanaz, where is those chats from X? Those chats from X? No, which chats? These are these chats you see in the white. These are Instagram chats, and the ones below that are YouTube. Yeah, these I'm sure there was some other things that they were talking about that were taken out of the bill, and they want things put back in. That was some of those where you could like get Medicare or Medicaid in 2 different states at the same time and game the system. I think so. I'm not sure. I gotta look into that too. Leanne Crane says, "Oh hell no! Tell them they can't steal no more from us." Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Here's a clip. What is this here?
In places
Let me pause this. Oh, I can't play this music though. I can't. Let me turn that music off. You're the corporate baddie married to the stay-at-home daddy who keeps your life from falling apart. Let's hear this. Let's see this. What? No, 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 no. No, that's not how we operate, bro. You got to provide, you got to protect. You got to provide, you got to protect, you got to lead the family. You're not a stay-at-home daddy. You're not a breastfeeder. Come on, guys. Come on.
Man, be a alpha male, not a beta male. Beta male.
Come on now. All right, let's keep going. What's this? What's this over here? Let's hear let's hear what this dude has to say. NBC calls out Zohran Mamdani on all his fake accents.
Because I think that New Yorkers, more than they hate a politician they disagree with, they hate a politician they can't trust.
On the subject of trust, you've adopted different speaking accents in different scenarios.
But they go to their local bodega.
Is there one that's real and one that's affected?
What I would say is, as any immigrant knows, having been born in Kampala, Uganda, and then raised in South Africa and moving here when I'm 7 years old, is there are different parts of my life.
A worldwide tour is a worldwide tour is a worldwide tour.
Mamdani was talking about a worldwide press tour back when he was a rapper.
Bring the flavor to the fish, bring the flavor to the rice.
What?
In a Disney movie directed by his mother.
Nepotism and hard work goes a long way. Here in New York City, this is how I speak, this is how I am.
Do you believe in the First Amendment, Tom Homan?
Because I think that New Yorkers, more than they hate a politician they disagree with,
That's amazing. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Can anyone say Kamala Harris version 2.0?
That's a lie.
Jesus. What's up, James? Beta.
Beta. Beta male.
Beta male.
Beta male. Beta.
Dude. What a joke, bro. What a joke. They need, bro, we're not inching closer to Islam. Okay, we're not going to do that. We're not converting to Islam, and we're not going to take this sitting down, bro. We're not going to do that. No Mamdani Dandanis, dude. We're not doing this. They're already taking over. Oh, where's that clip that tells you all of them in public? Dude, how about what they're doing in England right now, bro? They've lost it. They've lost it. Where is this?
I'll just head on down to the protest then. Right, so put your flag.
So England has become so Muslim, and the leaders, all the leaders in the major cities of England are Muslim, and the people that are running their, I think they're, whatever they call their like police or crime departments are Muslim. This guy, I think, literally is being told he can't fly his own country's flag. Imagine not being able to fly your. Let's just watch this. Hang on. Here we go. Let me go from the beginning. Hang on. 1, 2, 3.
I'll just head on down to the protest then.
Right, so put your flag away until you get there.
What's happening here?
The thing that I've got to put my flag down, I can't have it at any part of the city or anywhere.
Why's that?
I've got to put it away, take it back out my bag.
That he can't have his flag?
There's conditions in place in relation to protest.
There's Palestinian flags flying along there, you know.
They're in their designated protest area.
So you have to have a designated protest area?
Yeah,
what's happening, Yori? Watch all the time.
They've got their flags out, they're in their designated area, which is been...
But isn't the UK just a designated area for your flag anyway?
Well, today there's obviously...
Isn't that...
I love what the guy's saying. He says, isn't the whole UK the designated area to fly our UK flag? Imagine, bro, if they came and told us, hey, sorry, you can't fly your American flag in this area. It's not a designated area for your US flag, bro. Imagine, bro, we would lose our shit, bro. We would lose it. Are you kidding me? Dude. Yeah, that dude is told he can't fly the flag unless he's in a designated protest zone. What are we talking about, bro? You're getting me heated up, dude. Yeah. State line says I'm going to prison. Bro, I'm telling you, we won't take that, bro. Imagine if they told us we can only fly our flags in a designated protest area. Bro, please. I'm about to lose it right here. Dude, take your country back. Here's what I said, dude. Donald Trump becoming president of the United States at the moment that he became, this last election cycle, meant a lot for not just USA, but for the rest of the world. It's something that is like kind of that, what's the word I want to use? It's like that, it's just, it's kind of like enlightening the rest of the people and showing that there are people that will stand up and that here's what it looks like to stand up. It creates a good example for the rest of the world. And it's like, dude, you can fly your flag. And by the way, you're not a Nazi for flying your own country's flag. Whether, just because somebody wants to go way nuts, go completely overboard and call you a Nazi nationalist or whatever, a radical, whatever you want to call it, neo-Nazi, dude, please. It's the American flag. In this guy's poor country, it's the UK flag, bro. It's not even like some random flag. It's the actual England flag. Bro. Okay, let me just continue this video because...
Right. The whole of the United Kingdom is a designated area for the flag, isn't it? So you can only fly that in certain areas?
Who made that rule up to
They're all on the lamppost.
Billy Moore.
I know, but your bosses are lefties and they're all for that. How can you fly a Palestinian flag?
They are in that designated protest area.
This is our country, man.
They're in the designated protest area.
This is our country. What is
He says, this is our country. The whole of UK is a designated area, isn't it? But, they don't throw the S in there. Just in it, right? I agree. Dude, and so stand up, bro. I think, Benjamin, what's up, bro? What's up, buddy? Good to have you back, man. Yeah, I think, honestly, I think because of the Great White Hope.
The Great White Hope. The Great White Hope.
I think the Great White Hope set a good example for the rest of the world and shows that, this is what it looks like to stand up for your country, and you can too. And I think if Donald Trump didn't get elected in the last election cycle, England and I think France is now going through the same thing. They would not be able to kind of do what they're doing because you see Donald Trump call out their prime ministers, right? And JD Vance on national stages, on not national, worldwide stages. He did that in Europe at whatever that conference was, right? So, I mean, they say we have freedom of speech. We've had it for a long time, while they're literally locking up people for social media posts. Wild stuff, man. Let me play this from the beginning.
I'll just head on down to the protest then.
Well, put your flag away until you get there.
What's happening here?
The thing that I've got to put my flag to, and I can't have it at any part in the city or anywhere.
Why's that?
I've got to put it away, take it back out my bag.
That he can't have his flag?
There's conditions in place in relation to protest.
There's Palestinian flags flying along there,
They're in their designated protest area.
So you have to have a designated protest area?
Yeah,
what's happening? You already watch all the time.
They've got their flags out, they're in their designated area, which is been...
But isn't the UK just a designated area for your flag anyway?
Well, today there's obviously...
Isn't that right? The whole of the United Kingdom is a designated area for the flag, isn't it? So you can only fly that in certain areas?
Who made that rule up to
They're all on the lamppost.
Billy Moore.
I know, but your bosses are lefties and they're all for that. How can you fly a Palestinian flag?
They are in their designated protest area. They're in the designated protest area.
This is our country. What does that mean? What is it? Is it a blister? You get a blister for they get nicked for that? I don't make it.
I've never heard that before. I have never heard that one before. You can only fly your flag in a designated area.
The protest area.
If they're going to put any flags down, Billy, it should be them ones there, man.
It doesn't make sense.
They give you the
Bro, this is wild. This is wild to me, man. Benjamin says JLP and the twins is great. You talking about the podcast they did together? But dude, JLP is starting to get a little old, huh? His eyes are getting droopy. Jeez, dude, it's hard. It sucks to see, bro. Fly that thing everywhere, England. Please, guys. They are now, bro. Because, I honestly think a lot of it's because of DJT. I really do.
The Great White Hope.
To stop now. That was Leeds this evening. These people have no shame. That's from Glasgow tonight. As I speak to you, there are protests that we've seen in Manchester, Leeds, London, Leicester and Glasgow. On today of all days. It's disgusting. Armed police at Christmas markets, bollards along pavements, airport-style security at large gatherings, primary schools practising lockdown drills. Why? Islamist terrorism. To stop now.
State Line makes a good point. He says Trump is why it got redirected away from here and onto our allies. If he didn't win, if he hadn't won, this would be us now in full effect, and it would be nasty, bro. Because we won't sit. We won't take this sitting down. We will not take this sitting down. Yeah. There's a reason why we have a Second Amendment, bro. Like, you know, so again, because of tyranny. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, they're locking people up for social media posts in England. This is wild, dude. That is insane. Oh, here's the one. Here, let's see this one.
My favourite person, Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London, where he says, as part of a rambling platitude, places of worship should be sanctuaries and safe havens for all. No one should feel scared to attend their synagogue, church, mosque, gurdwara or temple. Now let me make something clear to you, Sadiq Khan, as a church burnt the other day in Norwich. People who are afraid of attending their church may be afraid of attending their church because of radical Islamists. People who are afraid of attending their synagogue are probably afraid of attending their synagogue because of radical Islamists. People who are afraid of attending their Gurdwara or temple, those of the Vedic community of Hindus and Sikhs, are probably afraid because of radical Islamists. Don't you make this a one-size-fits-all statement. Why don't you address the core of the problem here? Looking at that footage, that brilliant research that this channel did 2 years ago, there is OSINT out there. Open source intelligence. You can go online on YouTube and see radical imams in this country preaching death to Jews. That is where we need to go. That is where we need to look. That's what needs to be monitored. Those are the people we need to be arresting. That is the core problem at the centre of all of this. That this government is too weak to actually confront. Seriously. Right.
What she's tripping on is the fact that the Muslim leadership of the people that are in power in England that are Muslim came out against the attacks on the synagogue, the recent attacks. If you guys don't know, there were recent attacks where people were killed, Jews were killed at the hands of a Muslim at a Jewish synagogue on Jewish holiday, and the Islamic leaders are coming out saying that, yeah, there should be no violence at synagogues and mosques and, you know, churches. And she's trying to say, don't make it about an all thing. This is specifically about Muslims are doing these attacks on the synagogues and the churches and where the Sikhs practice as well. That's the issue. And they're trying to make it a one size fits all. And that's what she's upset about. Just like when we had that thing happen with obviously with Charlie Kirk, we had the people on the left saying, yes, both sides. And now we know it's not both sides. We know clearly that it's not both sides. And if you don't know, then let me clear it up for you real quick, because I made a reel for that myself, and it's right here. Here's that reel. If you don't know and you need clarity, or you need, you know, some kind of talking points for when you're talking to someone that's completely lost, here's my reel right here. This is my page. This is my reel. It's at 770K views so far, and I don't know, a little over about a week or so. Play this video next time someone tells you it's both sides.
The Lee Zeldin stabbing attempt, left wing or right wing? Left wing. The Covenant school shooting in Nashville, left wing or right wing? Left wing. The Butler, Pennsylvania assassination attempt on President Trump, left wing or right wing? Left wing. Burn down cities during the Summer of Love in the George Floyd riots, left wing violence or right wing violence? Left wing. The Waukesha Christmas Parade massacre, left wing or right wing violence? Left wing. The Trump International West Palm Beach assassination attempt, left wing. The Abundant Life Christian school shooting, left wing. The United Care CEO's murder, left wing. Tesla's burned, keyed, damaged, firebombed, left wing, left wing. The murders at the Israeli embassy, left wing. The ICE facilities firebombed, left wing. The Minnesota Catholic school shooting, left wing. The anti-white Charlotte and North Carolina stabbing, left wing. The attempted Utah News State firebombing, left wing. And now, of course, the culmination of this vile trend, a left-wing assassination of Charlie Kirk. And I would point out, we've heard years of the left, their loudest voices calling anyone on the right extremist MAGA Republicans, fascists, Nazis, an existential threat to democracy. Check yourself. And don't give me this both sides bullshit.
Play this video next time someone tells you it's both sides. Yeah, so that's what's going on. Yeah, so you can argue that all you want, but those are straight facts right there. So you'd have to contend with that, and that's a lot of weight coming from the other side, unfortunately. So then you have that, and then you have England, which they just had the attacks from Islamists on the synagogue and on the church, on churches, actually, I should say. And the Muslim leaders in England are trying to say it's a both sides thing. So it's one of those. I gotta play this again, guys. This part right here, this other it's a different video. I gotta play this again because some of you guys just joining, you know, probably haven't heard this. But here you go.
Muslims living with Sikhs, problem. Muslims living with Hindus, problem. Muslims living with Baha'is, problem. Muslims living with Shintos, problem. Muslims living with Buddhists, problem. Muslims living with Christians, problem. Muslims living with Muslims, very big problem. So this led to, they're not happy in Gaza, they're not happy in Egypt, they're not happy in Libya, they're not happy in Iran, they're not happy in Iraq, they're not happy in Yemen, they're not happy in Pakistan, they're not happy in Syria, they're not happy in Lebanon, they're not happy in Nigeria, they're not happy in Kenya, they're not happy in Sudan, they're not happy in Morocco, and they're not happy in Afghanistan. So, where are they happy? They're happy in Australia. They're happy in Belgium. They're happy in France. They're happy in Holland. They're happy in Italy. They're happy in Germany. They're happy in Spain. They're happy in Sweden. They're happy in Denmark. They're happy in the USA and Canada. They're happy in Norway and India. They're very happy in England. Loads of welfare benefits. They're happy in almost every country that is not Islamic. And who do they blame? Not Islam, not their leadership, not themselves. They blame the countries they are happy in, and they want to change the countries they're happy in to be like the countries they came from where they were not happy. Muslims living with...
So that, I mean, you know, obviously that's one of those clips that's going to be very polarizing, and you can see the chat already blowing up. People are calling me names. All he is doing is rage baiting to get traffic. Sad and pathetic. Well, you didn't spell sad right. And to that I say, beta male. I'm not spamming. He's cherry picking, and so that was okay. So you want another one? Here's another one. Just because you guys are loving it. Here you go.
How many refugees has Poland taken?
0.
And you're proud of that?
If you are asking me about Muslims' illegal immigration, none. not even one will come to Poland, not even one if it's illegal. We took over 2 million Ukrainians who are working, who are peaceful in Poland. We will not receive even one Muslim because this is what we promised.
But I asked
this
not about illegal
failed.
immigrants, I asked about refugees. And Jean-Claude Juncker, the Commission President...
W Poland, bro. W Poland. W Poland, bro. Check this out. Listen to what he says at the end because it's so important. This is big. Listen to this.
President says that you're racist. You sound proud of the fact that you haven't taken any refugees.
Of course, because this is what our people are expecting from our government. That's number one. This is why our government was elected. But this is why Poland is so safe. This is the reason why we had not even one terrorist attack. Look at the streets in Poland. And we can be called populists, nationalists, racists. I don't care. I care about my family and about my country.
How many...
Couldn't have been said better, guys. I care about my family and my country. You can call me racist, you can call me this, you can call me that, whatever you want. But our streets are safe. We don't have these extremists. And that's what you guys are saying in the chat. And that's what I agree with. And that's the obvious thing is we don't like the extremists. Now, this person, B.E. Moore in the chat says, I am so sick of extremists on both sides. But you have to make a distinction at some point and realize when one side is overdoing it, man. You have to make that distinction. You got to. Brian here, beta male. Yeah. Time to move to Poland, man. I can't move out of U.S., bro. It's the best country in the world. And I'm going to do everything I can to keep it that way or to improve it because we're in the time, buddy, when people are trying to argue with me in chat about men being able to breastfeed. That's where we're at. And I'm sure there's a few of you that would probably want to argue with me on that right now. Men cannot breastfeed. Okay? So let's just put that right there. And you guys will see. Somebody will argue in the chat. I guarantee you, bro. I guarantee you, bro. That's where we're lost, bro, in that. And that's where Jordan Peterson comes in at sometimes it's like, dude, sometimes you need tough love, okay? Sometimes you need that tough love. And let me see if I can pull this up, see how fast I can pull this up for you guys. Let's see, bro. Where is our good boy? Here we go. Let's see where this is at.
All right, he's embarking on a 40-city speaking tour for his new book, 12 Rules for Life. And
this is an older one, but there's some points made here, and I think they're relevant, okay? You can milk a cat. No man walked on water. Keep it up, America. Uncontrolled dumpster fires are always entertaining. Mashio, where are you from, buddy? USA is the best country in the world, my buddy. Breastfeeding, man, that's insane. Dale Mohan, you are right, sir. That is a very big dose of insanity. And unfortunately, we get quite a bit of that, especially if you're in areas like where I live. I'm in Southern California, bro. Although I live in Orange County, so we're way more red than LA. But nonetheless, it's all around me. So, yep, facts. That's right. House on Willowbrook says more cherry picking. No, this is just reality picking. These are real things, bro. These are real things. And here's some Jordan Peterson. Let's hear what's going on here. I'm in Colorado. Yeah, Colorado's rough too. I love all you hater lefties. I love it too, man. I love it too. Let's go. Come on, Jordan Peterson.
Chaos. Here's a clip from his Channel 4 interview that went viral earlier this year.
Why should your right to freedom of speech trump a trans person's right not to be offended?
Because in order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive. I mean, look at the conversation we're having right now. You know, like you're certainly willing to risk offending me in the pursuit of truth. Why should you have the right to do that? It's been rather uncomfortable.
Please welcome Jordan Peterson, professor.
As Jordan Peterson walks up on stage, I'm looking at chat. I'm reading chat, guys. So if you guys are chatting, I'm watching it, just so you know. It says right here, did you know it's possible to not be a lefty and still call out behavior like his and Trump's? Yeah, I call out behavior on both sides. Jordan speaks the truth, yet schools. Yes, sir. Wait, Jordan Peterson's a shill? What? Bro, what did Islam do to hurt y'all? Islam, well, let me tell you one of the things it did to a lot of people that I know. My parents came from Iran, where Islam completely destroyed that country. It took Iran, a wonderful country, and it took a big, huge dump right on it. Boom, just like that. Took it back like 2,000 years, bro. What a joke.
Hey, great pleasure to meet you. How you doing? I'm a big fan, as you might have guessed, and I love what you just said. That in order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive, and that went viral. That made you very famous. Why do you think that sparked such a reaction?
Well, because I think that what I was saying was self-evidently true, but not expressed very well very often.
He said it very well, not expressed very well very often. He does a good job of expressing stuff that is common sense and expressing it very well and often. I love that he does that. And he's a big influence for me when I was a couple of years ago when I was looking into a lot of this stuff. Anyway, someone in the chat keeps calling my name. It says, Matt Christensen had an awesome video on the reports published about which side commits more political violence. Their source trusts me, bro. I haven't seen that. Stabby McStabwood. I got to check that out. But here, let's listen to what he says, and let's listen to this one more time.
Find completely untenable. And I don't think that...
All right.
Because
it was right.
As you might have guessed, and I love what you just said, that in order to be able to think, you have to risk being offensive. And that went viral. That made you very famous. Why do you think that sparked such a reaction?
Well, because I think that what I was saying was self-evidently true, but not expressed very well very often. I mean, look, most of the time when you're discussing something that needs to be discussed, everybody's actually rather upset about it. You know, if you're actually talking about something important, right? Because why talk otherwise, unless you're just shooting the breeze? But if there's an issue at hand that has to be discussed, then people are already upset and they have different viewpoints. And the offensiveness in some sense is built into that. And you know that because if you have a family, if you have a wife, if you have an intimate relationship, and you're discussing something that's difficult, the probability that you're not going to offend each other if you're actually having the conversation is zero. And so you don't have to think unless you have a problem. And if you have a problem, then when you think, you're going to offend people. And so what, are we not going to think? That seems like a bad idea.
Yeah. You're obviously not an American. We love to not think.
We love to not think, and that's why I love talking. That's why we're having dialogue. That's why I love to see you guys, even if you have a different opinion. Let's see what they're saying, because I saw some stuff about Iran. I guess you guys turned like over within a few minutes, turned into professionals about Iran. So let's just see what you have to say here. You are seriously an apologist for Iran, Bill Hare. Please explain. Not sure what you mean. I just know the history of that country pretty damn well and the people. Bill Hare says Iran is a lousy country. Yes, now after what Islam did to Iran, it's a lousy country, bro. I don't want to go there. Like I really don't. There's a million other places I would rather go than to the country that my parents came from. Let's see what else. He just posted yesterday. It'll be easy to find. Okay, after this, I'm down to pull it up. Yeah. Iran needs a serious prayer. Yeah, bro. It's lost, bro. It's lost. And then I'm disappointed in the people that are there too, man. They had a chance to stand up against their country and They didn't, bro. They just ran away to like some vacation cities and left town. So that's kind of something that I have a bone to pick with my own, let's just call it some not ancestors, but you know, whatever, people that are shared blood with in some kind of way, I guess. Iran looked like America in the 70s. High philosophy, you're absolutely right. Let's listen to Jordan Peterson.
But you know, I used to do a show called Politically Incorrect back in the 90s, and oh, thank you. Oh, the 90s, we remember them. And so I was always asked, what is your definition of political correctness? And I had to come up with one.
And what you guys are saying is true. Jordan Peterson is very ill at the moment. And that's a major, here, I'm going to pull up his Jordan Peterson. He's very ill right now. This is a post from, I think his daughter posted this. This is him and his wife and his granddaughter or grandson. I'm not sure at this moment, but that's Jordan Peterson. He's not doing well. They're saying that he might be back out in public and out on stage in the next couple months or more. They don't know. They don't know what's wrong with him. So we are, our thoughts and prayers are with Mr. Jordan Peterson. And that's why today, even this morning, we have, been kind of looking back and taking a look at Mr. Peterson and some of his amazing work. So here we go. Let's continue.
I said it's the elevation of sensitivity over truth. Which seems like what it still is, except it's worse than ever.
It's more like the elevation of moral posturing about sensitivity over truth. It's even worse.
Yeah. So where did it come from? How did we get to this place where we're so fragile? The safe space people.
Oh, I think that you can pretty much blame it on the universities. I think that they've pursued, especially in the humanities and in the social sciences as well, they've pursued a policy of a radical leftist policy with an overlay of postmodernism, which kind of a literary criticism.
This is a major reason why I also agree with Charlie Kirk in that, dude, there's a lot of different ways you can gain knowledge and wisdom other than universities. When I have kids and it's time for them to go to university, I'd rather raise them and show them business and show them my stuff and show them like real world stuff, have them like start and run businesses and fail at young ages rather than go 4 years into college where they get indoctrinated into like, I don't know, men can breastfeed. Please, bro.
Approach that's produced all of this. As far as I can tell, I think you can lay a lot of it at the feet of faculties like the faculties of education. There was an article in the Chronicle of Higher Education this week that just devastated the faculties of education, taking them to task for low academic standards and for possession by ideology and for basically indoctrinating people in a cult-like manner and playing identity politics and group identity.
And no free speech. They don't seem to. There was an incident in Fresno State. I don't know if you saw this, but Barbara Bush died. Okay, some professor there tweeted something nasty.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have tweeted it. She called Barbara Bush a racist and said she raised war criminals. Okay, you know, it's.
Yeah, well, the timing.
This crowd likes it, but I mean, it's nasty, and she's they're considering suspending her. And here's what the president of the university said. He said this was beyond free speech. This was disrespectful. Have we lost the thread back to knowing what free speech is? Yes, it can be disrespectful. That is covered under free speech. President of Fresno, you idiot. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, and you see this too. I think where it's manifesting itself in a particularly appalling manner is in the increasing unwillingness of comedians, for example, to go on university campuses to be funny. And when comedians start...
I'm one of them.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah, fuck them. I'm not going to... I call these people emotional hemophiliacs. You know, it's like the least little thing will make them start to bleed. But it makes me... because
wow, I like that. And it's so true. Emotional hemophilia... Oh, bro. Say that again,
bleed,
bro.
But it makes me... You know, it's like the least little... I mean, I'm not going to... I call these people emotional hemophiliacs. You know, it's like the least little thing will make them start to bleed. But it makes me because their answer is not to go into a room full of sharp objects. The answer is to make all of us wear bubble wrap.
Yeah, right.
So nothing we ever do makes them have a moment of discomfort.
Well,
it's
there's
really
also,
very narcissistic.
Well, there's also this idea that's promoted by the people who are protecting those who are easily offended, that the way to make people secure is to protect them from things that they don't want to encounter. And there isn't a clinician, like I'm a trained clinical psychologist, and there isn't a clinician in the country who's worth his or her salt that would ever make that claim. Because you don't make people, first of all, it's hard to make people safe because life is seriously not safe.
Yes.
And the way that you make people resilient is by exposing them to things that they're afraid of and that make them uncomfortable voluntarily, but you use exposure.
Right.
And it's a...
This is probably the biggest part of this discussion for me, right? Just this segment. And you could see on this timeline that I'm going on this YouTube, this video, it's not the most viewed, but to me, this is the biggest portion of this. Let me just do this one more time here, guys. Listen up to this. Ready? Here we go.
Like I'm a trained clinical, that the way to make people
comfort. Well, there's really also very narcissistic.
Well, there's also this idea that's promoted by the people who are protecting those who are easily offended, that the way to make people secure is to protect them from things that they don't want to encounter. And there isn't a clinician, like I'm a trained clinical psychologist, and there isn't a clinician in the country who's worth his or her salt that would ever make that claim. Because you don't make people, first of all, it's hard to make people safe because life is seriously not safe.
Yes.
And the way that you make people resilient is by exposing them to things that they're afraid of and that make them uncomfortable voluntarily, but you use exposure.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a...
Yep. 100% agree.
And so, like, if you over coddle people, if you protect them from everything that's sharp, you make them dull and stupid and narcissistic, and it's a really bad idea.
So you do know America.
Good.
Bro, this is gold. This is gold right here. Wow.
One thing I mean, your book is fantastic.
God,
like if you over coddle people, if you protect them from everything that's sharp, you make them dull and stupid and narcissistic, and it's a really bad idea.
So you do know America.
Good.
I want to record that and make it a soundbite on my soundboard here, just like I got Jordan Peterson.
That's amazing. That's a lie. That's a lie. Are you out of your cotton-picking mind? Did you feel like a beta male when she made a joke about you being triggered? You are a Trump hater, and you're a beta male. A feminine man is a weak man because he's a woman. He's a beta.
No, he's not, Jesse.
Yeah, he's a beta.
No, he's not.
He is a beta.
I want to make this one of the sound bites so I can just play it for us, guys. Come on, this is just incredible. Right here. Right
and
here.
so, like, if you over coddle people, if you protect them from everything that's sharp, you make them dull and stupid and narcissistic, and it's a really bad idea.
So you do know America.
Good.
One thing I mean, your book is fantastic, and one of the rules that I really love is you say, don't let your kids do anything that would make you not like them. That's what I've been thinking for years when I call them the fuck you mom generation. When I see kids, never in life because I never go near a child, but like on TV and movies, I see kids like saying fuck you mom. And I'm like, if somebody who wasn't your child did that, you'd be immensely offended, whereas the parents just take it. What's up with that?
Well, people don't like to admit that they can dislike their children or children.
Ryan in the chat says, I wouldn't call him genius. He thinks his opinion is fact all too often, but he's not wrong here. You can protect everyone from everything. Ryan, are you saying we should be protecting everyone from everything? Do you disagree with what he just said? Really? I'm curious, man. Are you serious right now, or are you trolling us, bro? Are you trolling us, or are you just...
Beta male.
Children in general, and... right.
No, I know what you mean. And
But they can.
No, they totally can.
One of the things you see very commonly as a clinical psychologist is family members who hate each other and who it's like they have their hands around each other.
Someone says, can you not read? I don't know what you're trying to say. I said I can't, you misread it. I said can't, you misread it. Oh, my bad. Why are you censoring? I'm not censoring. Maybe Google doesn't like what you're putting in. Sorry, Ryan. I wouldn't call him genius. He thinks he can have opinions, all fact, blah, 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 everyone. You can't, sorry, my bad, bro. Sorry, bro. You can't protect everyone from everything. Thank you. Sorry, bro. Sorry for the sorry, dude. My bad. You're right. You're right. I screwed that one up. Beta leader for betas. Beta male. I can't be more. I can't stomach more of this. This whole feed is dull, stupid, and narcissistic. Peace out. Still praying for the U.S. and sincerely hope you come out for this all okay. Come out of this all okay. All right, let's go. BE. Beta male.
Man, be a alpha male, not a beta male.
BE.
So you a gay? I didn't know you were gay. How did you become gay? That's amazing.
Let's go.
There's necks for 20 years and are squeezing very slowly, trying to strangle each other. And you see parents who clearly detest their children and have ever since they were born. And part of that, I know it's a terrible way of looking at things, but it's true.
It's so true.
And one of the things...
No, parents confide that in me because I don't have kids.
Yeah, well,
no.
That makes it safe.
They do. But they say things like, yeah, I love my kids, but if I had to do it over again, I wouldn't.
Yeah, well, okay.
Like, well, don't tell the kid that.
Well, but that's so bad. Look,
it is so bad.
So bad, because the thing is about little kids is that little kids have a wonderful element to them. And most people spontaneously like little kids, they'll give them a chance. And if you have little kids, one of the things that's so wonderful about it is that when you bring them out into the world, even people who aren't in good shape, rough people, and who maybe don't have much patience for humanity, it brings out the best in them, you know? And so people are willing to give your kids a chance. But then if they misbehave, especially if they're rude and they don't have any respect and they're whiny and they don't know how to listen, then people don't like your kids and you don't. And then your kids go out into a world where no one likes them. And that's what you do to your kids if you don't like them, is you send them out into that world.
That's a problem, dude.
But how did parents get so pussy whipped? By their own children. I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, it's like they act the way a guy acts when he's super sprung on some chick and just lets her walk all over him, and whatever she does, he puts up with. I don't get how we got to that place.
Someone said my Instagram was down, and I think it was down, and I think it might be back up now. I wonder why Instagram went down. But thanks for letting me know, State Line. I had no idea. It says here, yeah, we still listen to him. Do you people still listen to Peterson? Heck yeah. And again, he's going through some things right now. So, we're kind of reviewing some of his stuff, and it's actually, ties into the conversation that we just had right now about freedom of speech and saying things that people don't like to hear. And where right now the UK is like censoring people, putting them in jail for social media posts if it offends people. And people are having this whole thing of where they're just easily offended and triggered and, oh, that hurt my feelings. Let's put them in jail. It's like, dude, what are we talking about, guys? State Line says, I thought you hit the eject button on me. No, brother. No. I don't know what happened. Welcome, guys, on IG. We're back. We're back in action, guys. All right. Jordan Peterson is awesome. Thank you, Jasmine. Let's keep going. You want him. He's absolutely right. When you raise kids that people don't like, that's a huge problem for your kids.
I think parents are afraid of exercising authority because they tend to think that authority...
Jasmine, you're right. We just played that clip. You have to risk being offending offensive in order to think. You have
will
to.
crush the creative spirit of their child.
Oh, fuck.
Well, that is...
Okay. No, I see, everything this man says, I think is common sense.
You guys should have a baby together.
Yeah, we should have a baby together.
This part right here, I'm like, oh, did she say that? She says, you guys should have a baby together. Now listen to what she says next.
It's like we get crucified for what we say. I don't think anything we say is controversial at all.
It's hard.
Do you think he's controversial?
It's hard. I just had a kid. It's hard figuring it out. And by the way, everyone is neurotic. That's why we have a hard time raising children the right way, because we live in the most neurotic, insane, over-connected, crazy world.
Yes.
Donald Trump is our president.
Right,
How are we expected to raise normal children?
I know.
It's a crazy time, Bill.
Okay, well.
She says, Donald Trump is president. How are we expected to raise normal children? It's a crazy time. Well, I'll tell you how. Donald Trump, made it clear that men should not be in women's sports. So when your child grows up, this clip was 7 years ago. So her child is what, 7, 8 years? Hopefully her child, if she's a woman or a girl or daughter, won't have to compete with boys in sports. Anyway, so I digress. Not really though. Do I? I don't know if I do. So that's where we were. That's why it tied into this. It really tied into all this because, dude, they're going crazy. You can't even fly, guys. You can't fly a UK flag in the UK. You have to have a designated area, a designated protest area. You're protesting when you're flying the flag of your country. And I agree with Sigano. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name. Sigano says Trump did just fine raising his children. It looks like he did a good job to me. Yep. Her son is probably already a daughter. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Her son is probably going to grow up to breastfeed one day. Gonna happen. It's a high probability. The way things are going, high probability. Pretty wild stuff, guys. This happened today. So in Portland, they had ICE protest. Oh, it says here, Don Juan DeMichael. Don Juan DeMichael says, you can fly the Union flag in the UK. What's the Union flag? Union flag. You can fly the Union flag. He will definitely be a beta. 100%, James.
Beta male. Man, be a alpha male, not a beta male.
Oh, man. Didn't Trump say he would date his daughter? There you guys go with that kind of a thing. His daughter is beautiful. You got to hand him. I mean, you got to admit that. Unless you're a
beta male.
Come on now. Come on now. Don Jr.
So you a gay? I didn't know you were gay. How did you become gay? How did you become gay?
Okay, so this is the Union flag. This is the Union flag. Where is it? Right here. This is the Union flag. So you can fly this flag, but you can't fly this flag right here with the cross on it. Is that right? So now he said, no, that was Biden. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, let's keep it going. So, okay, so we played this clip on our way out earlier this morning. We got some more clips. Let's go right over here. And St. George flag. So Timothy Concepcion. What did you say earlier, bro? Stabby McStab, even if you don't pull it up for your stream, you definitely need to watch the Matt Christensen video. It totally debunks the left's talking points on pro. Let me pull it up, bro. So, guys, Stabby McStabwood says Matt Christensen. So, Matt Christensen with a U, with an O or E? E. And what should I search, bro? Matt Christensen. Benjamin wants to see JLP and the Hodge twins. I'll put it on, bro. I'll put it on, bro. JLP, baby.
Beta male. Man, be a alpha male, not a beta male. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Tell me what should Matt Christensen. Matt Christensen. Both sides, maybe. Is it on YouTube? Okay, I'll pull that up. He's live right now, I think. Matt Christensen. Is this Matt Christensen?
I'm giving money to it.
Material. If you're unaware of the morally wrong material, you can't fight against it.
Matt Christensen, you said, what's the video he has, bro? I'm still trying. Oh, it's on YouTube. Believe the channel name. Yeah, it's his name. But which video are you talking about? The right-wing terror nerd. Oh, here you go. Let's check this out.
After the Charlie Kirk assassination, the common talking point is some version of, yeah, well, that is pretty bad, but it's only one compared to all the right-wing attacks. Haven't you seen the data? Don't you know the science? Sure, Trump might blame the radical left for violence, but all the learned academics know that extremist terrorism is overwhelmingly a phenomenon of the right. And that's if they even grant that the Charlie Kirk assassination was a left-wing attack in the first place. Many don't. A New York Times op-ed last week says neither that killer, nor the recent ICE shooter, nor even the New York City CEO shooter Luigi Mangione, none of them were left-wing, actually. They were all just nonpartisan meme bros from the internet. How could they be left-wing? They weren't even registered Democrats. And of course, we've heard this supposed claim of fact from federal government officials all the way up to the president in recent years, too. Oh, watch out behind you. You never know where there might be a rabid white supremacist lurking, ready to strike.
Domestic terrorism from white supremacists is the most lethal terrorist threat in the homeland.
The top domestic violent extremist threat we face comes from racially or ethnically motivated violent extremists, specifically those who advocate for the superiority of the white race.
Here we go again with the superiority of the white race. Guys, we got the subscribe count right here in the center of the screen, right above my head, and we were at 36. We're now at 3715. That's 100 new subs on this stream alone. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you. We'll keep the conversation going, and we're gonna learn discovery through live streams. Let's go, baby.
A majority of the domestic terrorism cases that we've investigated are motivated by some version of what you might call white supremacist violence.
And I think by now we all know intuitively that we can file this one in the same box as all the other talking points that are quite obviously untrue. Oh, guns are the leading cause of children's deaths. When you count 19-year-olds as children, dying almost exclusively in urban gang warfare. Did you know that there are almost 100 school shootings every year in this country? That's more than one every single week, yeah? When you count strays in the general area of that same urban gang warfare, or accidental discharges at police academies as school shootings, in another ridiculous example, well, have you heard of the transgender genocide? Because Remembrance Day is coming up. Never mind that transgender people are murdered at a rate lower than the general population, according to the activists' own numbers. And when they are murdered, it is very commonly the result of deception in a sexual encounter, not unprovoked hate. But just because we can all smell the bullshit smeared all over these claims doesn't mean we shouldn't investigate to learn how the cow pie is made. And as is often the case, you don't hear specifics with these narratives for a reason, because when you actually learn the specifics, the supposed story is a lot weaker. So what are the sources cited in all the news coverage and opinion pieces repeating this programming? Most of the extremist terrorism comes from the right. If any given report offers the courtesy of citing a source at all, that is. Many don't, but where they do, I see three commonly referenced pieces. The first is from the Center for Strategic and International Studies, the CSIS, a supposedly nonpartisan or bipartisan DC think tank. Their report, published September 25th, showing a significant rise in left-wing terrorist attacks and a significant drop in right-wing ones in 2025, has generated a lot of headlines lately. For the first time in 30 years, left-wing attacks outnumber right-wing attacks this year, which, whether you accept their 3-decade historical numbers or not, still grants the premise there is something unusually crazy coming from the left lately. The second commonly cited piece is from the Cato Institute, the libertarian DC think tank founded by Charles Koch of Koch brothers fame, among others. This report, published last month, offers the same conclusion. Yeah, there's been some left-wing lunacy lately, but extremist terrorism is an overwhelmingly right-wing activity. And the third report is from the Anti-Defamation League, or the ADL, which should automatically generate its own laugh track at this point. They had Charlie Kirk's Turning Point labeled as an extremist group, and they said Kirk himself used the organization to promote Christian nationalism, until they retired those claims this week. It's really weird how much defamation comes from the Anti-Defamation League. Really, it just means lots of defamation of you, but never them. But the ADL's annual report on extremist attacks was most recently published in February, covering 2024 data. Same conclusion. The evil right-wingers are at it again. They're climbing in your windows, they're snatching your people up.
Trying to rape them, so y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband, because they raping everybody out here.
In reading these three reports, I notice a recurring theme. What is extremist terrorism? Well, really, only murders count. And also, left-wing murders don't count. It is a little more complicated than that, but barely. So let's take these reports in order of supposed sincerity, from dignified, nonpartisan academics to ADL actual defamation lab. The CSIS report says that while left-wing terror attacks are increasing and right-wing ones are falling, that is a shift historically in the trend. For the last...
Okay, so I mean, he dives into this pretty deep, and I put this on because our buddy here was telling us about it, and it looks like he's got a lot of information. He's got some receipts to go along with it. I'll take a look at this a little bit later, and we'll go through it. And then I guess there's a lot of people in our comments, in our chat, that are talking about the Epstein files. Now, again, something that you guys heard me say before. Trump is the one that did something about the Epstein files when none of your presidents did a single thing about the Epstein files. And now that Trump is president, all of a sudden you have a hard-on for the Epstein files. And now you're spamming chat. Spamming chat and losing it. So we're going to boot it. I'm going to kick you. Mysterio is gone. Yep. No, he doesn't. Radio.
Beta. That's a lie.
Oh, man. Jen, we needed you. I just booted someone. Jen, I just booted someone. And I think it has you as a moderator as default. So thank you. I just had someone spam the chat about Charlie Kirk and everything else. But guys, thanks again for joining. Thanks for subscribing. We're over 100 subscribed since the beginning of the stream. So that's awesome. We're at 118,000 views, which is phenomenal. State Line, thank you. Truth, thank you. Just got on my car and picked up my jacket. Dude tossed a whole pack of Black & Milds in my car. Oh, jeez. Truth, is your phone okay, bro? I heard I saw in one of the comments you dropped your phone in your dog's water bowl or something like that. You good, bro? I hope your phone is all right. UK can't fly their UK flag. And then we got some crazy stuff. If you guys want to talk about the violence from the left, watch this. Have you guys seen this? The guy that came out and said, where is this guy, bro? Right here. Right. Where is he? He's right here.
Who was caught via text message wishing that his opponent would be murdered and his children, meaning he was fantasizing about this stuff. I really didn't think much of it because I'm not too sure mainstream media was actually going to pay attention, but I'm happy they did. And this is about the Virginia Attorney General candidate by the name of Jay Jones, who was caught via text message wishing that his opponent would be murdered and his children, meaning he was fantasizing about this stuff. Take a look.
The Democrat nominee for Virginia Attorney General Jay Jones is apologizing after Fox News obtained text messages of Jones calling for Virginia's former House Speaker, Republican Todd Gilbert, to be shot in the head. Jones is staying in the race, and the state's Democrat nominee for governor, Abigail Spanberger, is not calling for him to drop out. Madison Scarpino is live with the latest.
Yes, Andrew. Yeah, I don't know if I pulled it up just as you were asking about it, but yeah, I had to pull this up, bro. This is, dude. It's out of control, man. I mean, it's like you can't make this up, dude. It's wild. What are these people thinking? This is what goes back to what I said before. We are not doing enough of putting people in their place, letting them know when they're doing dumb shit. We're not bullying people enough. It started, and I say this in one of my reels that I just posted. We're not doing enough. It started with, oh, don't call people fat, you're gonna hurt their feelings, to, oh no, fat is beautiful, to, oh no, he has a mental health problem, that's okay, don't make fun of them, to, oh, they have mental health, oh, mental health issues are cool, to, now you got guys like that dude, whatever, Robinson, that did what he did to Charlie Kirk. Probably nobody told him, hey man, these crazy thoughts you have about hurting people and doing violence, it's not cool. You need to stop it with that. We don't do enough of this, man. Like, people are afraid to call people out, to be honest, and we don't do it enough. And I think we should. Yeah.
Hi, Madison.
Hi, Alicia. Jones is trying to be Virginia's top legal officer, but his resurfaced text messages from 2022 are alarming people on both sides of the aisle. So to give our viewers some background, a Virginia delegate had recently passed away, and people were pouring in tributes, including who you're seeing in this video, then Virginia House Speaker Todd Gilbert. Well, that led to the Attorney General candidate, Jones, texting another Republican delegate, Carrie Coiner, saying some pretty foul things about Gilbert. So here are just some of the text. You can see Coiner tries to stop Jones from what he's saying, and he goes on to say, quote, 3 people, 2 bullets, Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head. Spoiler, put Gilbert in the crew with the 2 worst people you know, and he receives both bullets every time.
Okay, me and you both heard the same thing. We read the same thing, and I'm sure we come to the same conclusion. This is another exhibit in the long line of evidence that continues to prove how violent and radical these Democrats are. This
guy that spammed the chat about saying Charlie Kirk got what he deserved for, apparently he went on our stream and commented that as well. So now, not only is he trying to spam our chat, but he's doing a comment. I don't know if that's some agenda. Would that let you remove that? Or let me see if I can go remove that from our live stream. Dude's lost it. Dude has lost it. View on YouTube. So now, not only is he, so here is this guy's comment, right? It's got to be right here somewhere, right? Where is this guy's comment? Block him. I'm trying to. I don't know where his thing is. He's getting attention though. That's for sure. Where is his comment? He commented. Let me see. There's just people, just a bunch of
Beta male. Man, be a alpha male, not a beta male.
He commented on one of my other things. So, hide from this channel. Hide user. Do that for now, and I'll circle back to that. Okay. Let's see. Yep. He's definitely on the left. 100% on the left. All right. So let's go back. And Devori was cooking. Yeah, he needs mental health help. I'm telling you, we don't do enough. This one says, "Free Gaza. You never been to Gaza. I lived in Eilat, Israel for 9 months." Thank you, Benjamin. Yes, you can remove comments. Andrew says he must be a Democrat for sure. Yep, 100%. Okay, cool. So you guys are still trying to free Palestine from from Hamas, right? All right, let's go.
In their minds are fantasizing about violence.
To assist cars, enforcement vehicle allegedly rammed a law enforcement vehicle.
Did you guys see this? I'm gonna play this video. This is a lady with a weapon that rammed ICE and decided, oh, this will be a great idea. Let me just go ahead and ram ICE vehicles and go crazy and do some hit and runs and all this other stuff. And it didn't turn out well.
Vehicles, and then one of the perpetrators running away on foot. Take a look.
Let me turn the music down on that. Okay, so you could see the black vehicle is the lady ramming the white vehicle, and just pushes the ICE vehicle all the way down. There's another ICE vehicle going behind, backing up so it's confusing because the vehicle you see here with the smoke, that is the lady doing the ramming, and then the ICE vehicle comes, tries to block it in to stop her. And by the time they get out, she takes off. You could see it goes around, and it just gets bad. And then you got Pritzker, who is the governor, right? He's coming out. What is Pritzker? The mayor, the governor? I don't even know. I can't keep up with them now. But let's go like this, and let's put a sound
They
back.
say she allegedly rammed a law enforcement vehicle, and agents were boxed in by multiple cars. The spokesperson for DHS, Tricia McLaughlin, accused Chicago police of leaving the scene and refusing to assist agents in securing the area. What do you know about this incident? Were federal agents boxed in and assaulted?
Well, we don't have a lot of facts. What happens in these sorts of incidents is typically ICE puts out a press release before anybody else can speak with the press, and then it gets reported on social media. And
yeah, so he is the governor. So this dude Pritzker on the right, if you guys don't know, he is the governor of Illinois. This is his state, and he's coming out here trying to act like ICE is giving out false information when everyone just saw the video for themselves. The whole country and the world did. And I'm going back to, I think it was Benjamin. Benjamin says, don't you love that as a native Iranian, the free Gaza stuff? I'm not native Iranian. What does that mean, native Iran? I'm American, no, I'm not Native American. My parents are from Iran, so I guess, does that make you native Iranian? I'm confused. But yes, you're absolutely right, Benjamin. It gets under my skin, bro, because I know how crazy it sounds when people back up Hamas, who is backed up by radical Islamic Iran. And it's just a bunch of nasty stuff. And it's completely stupid all the way around. It makes no sense whatsoever. People are lost, bro. No, you're good. You're good, bro. All right, let's keep going.
Elsewhere. Remember.
Yes, I'm first generation. Yep, first generation. Yep, I'm proud.
These are the same folks who killed a person, unarmed person, just a couple of weeks ago in Franklin Park. At first, they said that the officer had been threatened with his life. The reality of it and the truth of it has now come out, and that wasn't the case. They killed somebody. So here, it's really hard to know exactly what the facts are, and they won't let us access the facts. They are just putting out their propaganda, and then we've got to later determine what actually happened.
Now, I know you heard that ridiculous response from the governor. It's just shameful that this is who is in charge of one of our 50 states. And the unfortunate part about what he did there is he just brushed aside what just happened. And he wanted to go to another event. Now, that other event that he's referencing is still under investigation. DHS says the officer was being dragged, so he shot the immigrant. And the governor and other people say, nope, that's not what happened. And he was murdered. So let's let the investigation play out on that. But the bottom line is, why would you not just condemn?
Derek, love to hear it, bro. We don't say it enough. 100% proud to be American, and I will back up all of my fellow Americans. And one thing I always tell people, and I say this in the chat almost once a day, is this specifically is, yes, we may seem divided when we talk online and when we discuss things and have dialogue. We will fiercely debate because we allow for open debate, even if it hurts your feelings or you know, whatever the case is, or makes you feel offended. We're not going to be like UK and England where we put people in jail just because you feel offended or as you got your feelings hurt. We're going to argue and we're going to debate fiercely. Now, we are still American, and deep down inside, we love to be American, and we're proud to be American, and we will stand up for our country. And the last thing any other country in this world wants is to do something to unite us as Americans against them. You don't want that. You don't want that. Don't do that. Because it's in us, and it's just a matter of us tapping into it. You know what I'm saying? And yes, we are peaceful, but, you know, that's what it is.
Condemn this act of violence. The lady had a semi-automatic weapon in her vehicle. These ICE officers were in danger, and you can't even condemn that? Well, listen, let's go to what the facts show. Here is a recording of the dispatch that clearly is instructing these police officers not to respond to the scene. Take a listen.
Okay. Any kind of particular hairstyle, just younger, male, Hispanic, on foot, wearing all black?
No hairstyle.
Okay, 10-4. And one is for the hit and run. This guy fled from the scene at 37th Place in Kedzie. It all started at I-55 in Kedzie. Then they fled southbound at Kedzie, where that offending vehicle crashed. They ran the federal agent off the road. They fled on foot westbound 37th Place from Kedzie. It was a male Hispanic younger wearing all black clothing. 99.
Yeah, send the cars in that direction. Have them stay put 2 or 3 blocks away, all right? Have them hold tight until I give you further direction, please.
And that's the good thing about what Elon Musk has done for humanity. Because if it wasn't for X, we probably would have never been able to hear that dispatch recording.
So that dispatch you heard, he said, go stage the cars like a few blocks away. Don't do anything, right? That's the police, right? That are not getting involved, not helping out. That's crazy. Derek, bro. Thank you for subscribing, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Odin Music is trying to free Palestine from Hamas. Yes, we agree, man. We should get rid of Hamas. 100%. 100%. Agree with you, buddy. But please stop spamming the chat, bro. We don't need to have like a whole bunch of Palestine flags in our chat. We're trying to have discussions and dialogue, man. So yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, Jen.
Let alone this clip of what actually happened. Someone was there, recorded the entire situation taking place, and nowhere do you see the Chicago Police Department responding. So that already rebukes what the governor was saying, and that's why he deflected and went to a entirely different story. So why don't we take a look at someone who got a recording of these ICE officers getting boxed in by these vehicles, and then one of the perpetrators running away on foot. Take a look.
We just saw this video, but yes, W Derek, bro. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, so you guys saw this. These guys are just loony, man. And here are the perpetrators or whatever you want to call them. They had here. Where is there? Here they are. Here are the two wonderful people that decided it would be a great idea to go ram ICE agents and use their vehicle as a weapon. Pretty wild. Tell me something I don't know. It's madness. That party would rather bail out our blah, 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 blah. That's something. Okay. Palestine chose Hamas, and you should not forget that. Palestine chose Hamas, and you should not forget that. Good point. All Americans should serve 2 years mandatory ICE service right out of high school. Hey, man, something like that. Something like that would definitely, straighten some people out, bro. I tell you that. 10 cars boxing them in. I'm not sure what you're trying to say there. This is a fascist state of America. Please tell us what you mean by that, Vinton. Let's see here. Show the video. I'll show the video. Okay, I'll show the video. Sorry, you didn't see the video. I'll show the video. Here is the video right here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let me turn the sound off so I don't get copyrighted. They decided to put a little sound on there. But here, the white vehicle is ICE. The black vehicle is this couple I just showed you. And apparently they have a semi-automatic weapon in their car, and they decide, I'm going to go after ICE today. Not a good look. That's them ramming the ICE vehicle. Another ICE vehicle comes in right now. You'll see it pop in behind them. Try to box them in. Right here. See, boom, comes in, boxes these people in, and then they flee. They take off. You see them right there taking off, and they go around, and it doesn't end well. Bernie Smith says they are trained loonies to be able to box in ICE agents and have an automatic weapon. Bro, they planned it out, and they said that this couple they were doxing ICE agents. They were known for doxing ICE agents. And then people wonder why I don't talk about my businesses on this channel. I'm not gonna do it. Not now, at least. Not yet, at least. Some of you guys are loony, bro. Don't know what you're gonna do. Yeah, she's gonna be 50 years old when she gets out. Racial profiling, group of their skin, language, Yep. Come on, bud. What is Little Leg's back. Dante Little Leg is back. Welcome back, Dante.
So you're gay? I didn't know you were gay. How did you become gay? How did you become gay?
Everyone in that apartment building wasn't a citizen. What else we got here? Due process is also probable cause. Yep, straight federal charges. Great job. Yep. The South has risen again. I can't find your. This guy Trevor says, I could find your business if I want. Thank you, bro. Awesome chats there, bro. Amazing. Complete retards we're dealing with, bro. Complete retards. Due process. Gonna have a beer to celebrate. What happened to 10 cars? I'm not sure what you're talking about. You keep saying 10 cars, bro. Nobody said 10 cars. We didn't say 10 cars. I don't know what you're talking about. The Great White Hope. Kev Dog's back.
The Great White Hope. The Great White Hope.
People out here trolling for real, Derek, and that's what it is, bro. They got no life, and they want to, they want to troll. And then you got Osama's llamas. Our rights come from God. Our rights come from God, from Christ. They are not just for citizens. Okay, trying to figure that out too. All right, here we go.
Are you out of your cotton picking mind?
Off the road. That's number one. Number two, you saw the person run away. Number three, did you even see the Chicago Police Department at all? No, you didn't. Innocent bystanders could have been ran over, hurt, even killed in this traffic accident. It's really that sad. And of course, the governor will gaslight his way through it because that is the habit of the Democrat Party right now. Now, the good news is the federal authorities, they didn't waste any time. They've already caught both of them, clearly, and they've already been charged in a federal court.
These two suspects were charged in federal court this morning with using their vehicles to assault, impede, and interfere with the work of federal agents in Chicago. DHS says these two were part of a group of domestic terrorists who rammed federal agents with their vehicles and boxed them in with their cars last night in Broadview, Illinois. DHS says the woman, Miramar Martinez, was armed with a semi-automatic weapon and has a history of doxing agents. And the guy on the right of your screen, he was identified by authorities as Anthony Ian Santos Ruiz. They say he was driving one of the vehicles during this attack on law enforcement.
Okay, so this week's episode is brought to you by today's.
Do we have someone else now trying to downplay violence? What would cops have done? They rammed the car for 30 seconds, then got boxed in. I don't know. Are you trying to downplay the fact that they're using their vehicle as a weapon? That's called when you do that with your vehicle, it's called a deadly weapon at that point. Why do Stabby says, Medi, why do people try to make the ridiculous claim that the U.S. Constitution is meant to apply to the population of the entire world? It's we the people, not everyone. Thank you. It's the U.S. citizens. There's a reason why we're proud to be American and that we are American and that we stand up for our rights first, because those are our rights as citizens. Imagine if as soon as anyone stepped foot in any country, they have the full rights of that country. It's like, no, bro. If right now I go to France, well, I shouldn't use France because France has lost it too. But if I go to Spain, if I go to Portugal, if I go to any country, honestly, and do something stupid, oh, you better believe they're gonna kick me right out. But here, oh no, you gotta bend over backwards and give up everything for everyone. It's like, no, dude, we have a whole country we're trying to uphold here. So, State Line says people are idiots. It's not that difficult to comprehend most of this. Yep, I agree, bro. Under our Constitution, those rights are only applied to citizens. That's 101, bro. It is. There are countries where you get their rights, moron. Thanks for name calling, John Little.
The Great White Hope. Beta, beta.
There are countries where you get their rights. There are countries where you get their rights. We don't care, bro. We have our own constitution. We're a constitutional republic, and we have our rights, and they don't apply to the whole world, bro. Thank you very much. Thank you. No, Osama, no, you don't. We have our own, bro. As citizens of America, we have our own. We have our American rights, bro. So thank you very much, but we will take that from there. No, it's no. What does it say here? No, it's not. What is he trying to tell us, bro? Well, come on, where are you at? No, it's not only to citizens. Pull up the yep, exactly. U.S. citizens. Of course, it would be Osama coming in here trying to tell us our rights apply to everyone. He wants to get all his cousins out here to have the same rights as us overnight. Not going to happen, bro. And you're not going to convert us to Islam, bro. Sorry to break it to you. We're not going to fall for it, bro. We're good, bro. We're good. We're good. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. We're fine right where we're at. Yeah. We're right where we're at, bro. We're very good not being Muslim right now, bro. Thank you. Please, dude. And of course you got what? He know more than you. What does that mean? What are you guys trying to say, bro? Talk. Let's see what you got. What do you got? Totally ditch that comment. LOL, I'm a white Christian. Osama, you're a white Christian? What are you doing, bro? What are you doing with that name, bro? Dante Littleleg, you're saying U.S. is your property? No, bro, nobody said that. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
That's a lie. That's a lie.
How much training are ICE agents getting? Enough to know the difference, bro. Enough to start getting rid of the bad guys, dude. Enough to get rid of the bad guys. My rights don't apply in Israel, Egypt, or Jordan, and I visit on all three. Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you, buddy. God bless America. W. John, bro. W. James. W. John, bro. Beta. Osama.
Beta.
My picture says low quality bait, brother. You from UK, bro, where they don't even let you fly your own flag? Brother. Where are you from, man? ICE has as much training as a Walmart greeter. That is subjective. They don't. They come from God. No, it's not. Okay. All right. Our chat is good. We're doing good here. Let's keep going. What is Trump saying? I want to hear what Trump has to say.
Now, here's what the president had to say, because as you know, he's back at the White House and reporters asked him about it. And here's his thoughts. Take a look.
I really believe he's afraid for his life somehow. When you can have 40 or 50 people killed over the last couple of months, hundreds of people wounded, there's no place like that in the world. Hundreds of people wounded, 50, 55 people shot and killed. And Pritzker gets up and says, what a wonderful place it is. They need help. Washington, D.C. is now a safe place.
I agree, man. Pritzker, is it Benjamin? Benjamin, I'm down, bro. I'll put it on right after this. Bro. I'm down. This guy right here, this guy on the right side of your screen, he's the governor of Illinois. His name is Pritzker, and he's just a clown, bro. He's horrible. Straight liar.
That's a lie.
The guy is a straight liar. He's a straight
beta.
He's a beta, and he's downplaying the crime. And for some odd reason, bro, he doesn't want to get help to lower the crime, even though all the people in his state are asking for it. So it's all good. I love beta Dems, but they don't love me. They don't love me back. It's cool. I'm alpha. Yep. All right, let's go. Hodge twins. Should we do it? Oh, Trevor. Yo, bootlicker wants to call me names. Yo, bootlicker. You don't want to read my comments anymore? Sad. Thank you for your attention to this matter. What'd you say, Trevor? Come on, Trevor. Captain Kinkles can barely speak. Was that what you wanted me to read? Captain Kinkles? Oh, yo, when is Donnie Dementia gonna release the files? When did your president release any files or even talk about Epstein? Didn't think so, bro. Did he even do anything about Epstein? Didn't think so, bro. Did your president do nearly as much as Trump on Epstein? Didn't think so, bro. Didn't think so, bro. All right, let's go to the Hodge twins, yeah? The Hodge twins? Let's go. Hodge twins and JLP. I gotta go to a different screen. Let's go here.
Last 30 years, it is
And here. Here we go. I'm already partway through this one. This one right here.
I don't think he should do that. He has a woman, you know, that do the right thing and their kids are going to be successful, but they're going to be in the minority. I don't think the problem is hurting the black community. I don't think you can fix that. We got Jesse Lee Peterson in the house. And black people used to be independent thinkers. I'm scared of black. Y'all have one black, huh? But he should have saved all this for the podcast. Start it up. We got Jesse Lee Peterson in the house. Amazing. Yeah. How you doing? Thank you, God, for having me. Oh, thank you for coming. All is well. Yeah. Y'all like...
I got my buttons, bro. I got my buttons. Josh, here you go, baby.
Beta male. Man, be a alpha male, not a beta male. So you a gay? I didn't know you were gay. How did you become gay? How did you become gay? That's amazing.
Jesse Lee Peterson. Let's do this, baby. Let's do this. Trevor is triggered, and he's a
beta.
Oh man. Andrew, love it, baby. W Andrew, bro. Look at these bots in the chat. Trevor, you seem like the only bot in the chat right now, bro, because you're a
beta male.
Oh man. Oh, bro. Josh, love it, bro. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Subscribe, baby. Love you, man. Thank you.
That's amazing.
Oh, bro. It's so good.
Are you out of your cotton picking mind?
I love this, bro. This is too much. Oh my God.
The Great White Hope. Are you out of your cotton picking mind?
Jesse Lee Peterson, bro. Like I said, guys, I'm in talks with Jesse Lee. I got the emails. We're going back and forth. I'm trying to work out a deal for merch between his merch and my merch, my hats. And also, a couple of you guys are waiting for your hats and your merch because we made the order together for Jesse Lee Peterson stuff and for my medication hats. This is the gold one, and this is the white one. And then the gray one I have still in the box sitting. This is not mine. This is DJT, baby.
The Great White Hope.
Right there, baby. This is it.
The Great White Hope.
But this right here is the dad hat that I have as well. So this is a dad hat right here. Boom. So I'm working out a deal for the merch with Jesse Lee Peterson and myself, and then also, I'm trying to come up with a good plan that works for him and for myself, and gives you guys a badass deal to get a merch from both him and me at the same time in one order. So if you guys come up with any good ideas for that, I'm open. I'm still trying to put together a good deal that, again, it gives you guys a good deal and gives where you can get two things at the same time. Miss Medication is blowing kisses. What are you doing? You going to bed? No. Oh, you just blowing me kisses? Okay. Thank you.
Beta. The Great White Hope.
Oh,
beta.
I can't be in front of all my guests. All my. Come on now.
Beta.
Oh man. So I'm working out a deal so that you guys can get merch from both him and I in one deal, and then I'm also trying to work out a schedule or something where he can come on to our show. So I'm really got my fingers crossed. Hopefully we can get JLP on our show, guys. That'll be awesome. Trevor drinks Tylenol. Actually, Tylenol might help him, bro. That's a funny thing. Alpha loves daddy. Trevor really lost the argument then roughly. Blah, 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 blah. Why would Charlie blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right. Yo. Blah, 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 blah. Yo, you've been a beta the whole time. Oh man, we are going nuts here. Awesome. All right, let's go play this.
Like white people?
Y'all
Y'all love white people?
I like.
You're gonna. Y'all
There
have
we go.
black people working for you too?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, I did meet one black. I forgot. Y'all have one black, huh?
But you should have saved all this for the podcast. We got Jesse Lee Peterson in the house.
Amazing.
How you doing?
Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, thank you for
All
coming.
is well.
Yeah.
Y'all like white people? Y'all love white people?
I like some white people, not all white people.
You don't? Why not?
I like the conservative white people.
Oh, you do? Not the liberal.
Nah, liberal people, white people, nah, man.
Amazing.
The enemy of the state. Yeah, the liberal white people is just as bad as the blacks.
What's wrong with the blacks?
I don't know, man.
I saw y'all had one black working for you.
Yeah. No, I got two black people.
Yeah. The other
Well,
one is
he
black.
look like an Indian.
Oh,
kinda.
yeah, he black.
Yeah.
He black.
Hey, you
But
got-
thank you guys for having me.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Is your staff or are they like do you got any DEI going or
No DEI.
Yeah.
I don't hire black people with black names.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that.
And
what you mean by black name?
He says I don't hire black people with black names.
You know those black names.
Yeah, like
Yeah, all that kind of mess.
Yeah.
And the reason I don't because I already know that they hate white people, and it's going to be a problem. You know, the reason they have the black name because they hate white people, and they already said I hate white people, so they're not going to be able to work together. So I'm not going to waste my.
Jen, you can go ahead and boot Trevor, bro. It's all good. We don't need the hate, man.
Time like that.
Yeah. So black name, that's a red flag.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, a lot of people don't want them. They want to create their own. They don't want like Keith, and then Kevin. Well, white people already figure out everything. Jason, they want to come up with their own name.
That's right. Absolutely. And so my staff is, I have 2 black people right now. One anchor baby. He's kind of a Mexican, but he's.
Yeah, anchor baby.
Yeah.
His parents came here illegally.
Yeah. What happened was his mama got pregnant on the other side of the border.
Oh.
And just before it was time for him to be born, she jumped across the border into the United States, dropped him on the ground, and she went back and left him.
Really?
Oh, yeah. There he is right there.
Is that wow? That's true, huh?
Uh-huh.
I thought she was making that shit up. Well, usually they stay
Right.
because of the baby.
But the mother went back and left him here for some reason. And then he lived in Canada.
Thank you. Yeah, I think Neil Park is right with VC. We can kick VC too.
And then he moved to LA and
Thank you, Jen.
that kind of stuff.
Thank you.
Wow.
So I have I think 2. Is Daniel Mexican? 2 Mexican.
Oh.
2 blacks.
Come on now, where the white people at?
I have I have one that's
You
half
never
white,
have
half
too
black.
many white people.
I know. What a mess. I don't know how I got a
What
black
a mess,
producer
he
now.
says.
I'm like, I
What's
don't know
up,
what happened.
Andrea?
Yeah.
How did this happen? Like, what is going on?
What is he, family or something? Or
No, he's conservative. He's a real smart guy for a black person.
yeah.
He think like a white man.
Hey, that's the Negroes I like too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get things done.
Yeah.
And so I'm fortunate, though. I have an amazing staff.
Yeah.
I really
You've been
do.
doing this a long time.
For 35 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you live you live in LA?
I do.
How did the fires impact you out there?
It was closer than ever before. It was like 7 miles away.
Wow.
And you could see it. A friend of mine, his wife, house burned down. They just had a baby in the house, everything burned down. One of my workers had to move away from his house because the fire is so close to them. I'm sorry for resenting you. God will forgive you, and he will change your heart from anger to love. Then he changed that old nature from anger, from fear and doubt and loneliness and insecurity and worry and suicidal thought. He will take all those things and give you his nature. Then you'll be a perfect love, and you will have perfect peace, and you have a perfect life. Yeah. But you got to return to the Father. And the only way you're going to return, you got to admit to yourself. You don't have to say it out loud, but you got to admit you are evil, but you got to forgive your mother. Because
like in our communities,
this is a good one, but I gotta hop around.
I don't know about you, but I don't.
You notice a trend with black
women? I gotta hop around a little bit on this one, but I got some good. Oh, let's see what he says here.
Women are lost.
Yeah. What do you think? Like in our communities, like I know you said black women changed over time; they wanted to act like white women and stuff. But have you noticed a trend with black women? They're like very, very masculine.
Yes.
Well, they're
Thank you, Jen.
aggressive.
It's so unfortunate, too.
Yeah.
And that's because they have not been raised by fathers. See that?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. And they're going to make my thing 18 and over right now. Crazy. Yeah. Let's go to JLP. You said JLP. What did he say? JLP and Univision? Univision? Oh, this one? Yeah, I seen this one, dude.
Are you all right?
Are you okay? Oh, I'm feeling better than ever.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right.
Are you racist?
Am I what?
What are you think of these people now? Why? Why you stay
You
here?
said, are you racist? Am I racist?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a racist. Why do you ask that?
Well,
why is it that people who stand up for America and who want to protect our own borders, why are we always trying to be backed up with the racist thing? I'm standing here with a black man. If I was a racist, this is my brother right here. If I'm standing with him, how can I be a racist? Are you a racist?
No.
So why would you ask him is he a racist?
Well, let me see.
Why would you ask that question?
Why you stand here?
And you asking him because he's white and you want to get away with this racist remark. Are you a racist?
No, yeah. I'm not.
So why is it that he a racist because he's standing up for the country?
Do you like the Latin people? Do you like them?
Do you like them? No. Do you like them?
Yeah, I
like
Latin
America?
people.
Do you like America?
Yeah.
Then what's the problem? You should be out here picking it with us. That's a dumb question to ask. You're asking that question so you can use it on your program to make him look like a racist. Why don't you ask me am I racist? Because I'm black, right? I love America too, and I think these illegal aliens need to be shipped back to their country. So why is that racist? You're a racist for asking him that question.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesse. And you're only doing it because he's white, and that's what you're going to show on your report tonight. You shouldn't play that kind of game. That's a dumb question. Shame on you. You should be ashamed of yourself. Yes. You're in America.
Damn, bro.
Taking advantage of all the benefits that America has to offer, and your only comment, are you a racist? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Damn.
Are you here legally?
Are you here legally, he said? Oh, man. Oh, man.
Let's get back into...
How much responsibility do you feel that you have, particularly to go out to the alt-right, who, as you say, my definition of identity politics?
That's not the definition of identity politics unless you play fast.
Culture being preserved and living alongside the Anglophone culture that, in some senses, supplanted it. How is that not multiculturalism?
Well, multiculturalism is the idea that the cultures can all be put together in a single place with no overarching structure or undergirding structures. Like, that's not the case. How can that be for danger? You need to be dangerous, but you need to learn how to not use it except when it's necessary. And that is not the same as being harmless.
I like this part. I like this part. Let me go back a little bit.
You know, I have lots of stereotypes. I'm interested in politics, which is overwhelmingly male-dominated. You have lots of classically feminine interests. Why? You know, what is the problem here with people having personalities that are a mixture?
There's no problem with that at all. The problem is when it's dictated by fiat.
Well, I mean, who's fiat?
How about the education system?
So in schools, you think that there is that?
Well, I outlined. I can't remember the psychologist's name at the moment, but he was quite influential.
Which Thomas Sowell clip? Victor, I love Thomas Sowell, bro. Victor Schaller. Which one, bro? Victor Shaler or Schaller? Not sure, but which one is it? Where are we at? Dante, good job. Tim. So what you want about Jesse, but say what you want about Jesse, but he definitely brave for standing up to those for his beliefs with no fear or hatred. Yep. Yeah, dude. Play Thomas Sowell. Victor Schaller. Which Thomas Sowell, bro? Tell me which one. I'll play it. I love Thomas Sowell, but there's a lot of them.
In the 1980s, who recommended as a control for male violence that.
And one time I played something about was it Thomas Sowell or I can't remember who it was, but they hit me with a copyright, so I'm not trying to do that. But let me know which Thomas Sowell.
Boys be socialized more like little girls, and I don't think that that's a particularly unpopular viewpoint. So on the de-emphasis on competition, for example, in games, the increase in the rise of competitive.
Radio Parles says, honest question. Is it politically incorrect to make fun of Charlie Kirk? It's not cool to be happy with someone's demise. That's not cool to celebrate what happened. If you want to discuss stuff like points of view and stuff like that, we could do that. But we're not trying to celebrate someone's murder. We're not trying to do that, bro. It's not cool. Victor, Thomas Sowell debating the lady in the 80s. Yeah, that particular clip, I think, is the one that got me. Milton Friedman was in it too, I think, right? Was he not?
Games where scores aren't kept, that sort of thing, is all a manifestation of that kind of theory as far as I'm concerned. The idea that there's something intrinsically wrong with competition is a very foolish idea, especially if you want to motivate relatively aggressive boys because they're competitive. Well, competition, that's not good. Someone has to lose. It's like, well, you're not going to get very far looking at the world that way, I'm afraid. Maybe you want to generate a plethora of games so that everybody has a shot at winning. That's a good idea, but you certainly don't want to devalue the notion of winning. If you're doing something necessary, you should reward people who are particularly good at it. It's part of the definition of it being necessary. So, and you don't want to control aggression anymore.
Thomas Sowell. Let's see if I can get that in there. James, James, bro, I totally agree, man. I totally agree. What's funny? He got assassinated. That's not cool. I totally agree, buddy. Let's see this one here. Yeah, see this one right here. This you're exactly right. This is a phenomenal one, but I'll get copyrighted. They hit me with copyright on this one. Unfortunately, they're a bunch of losers, bro, with that. So I just can't do that.
Any more than you want to control sex. You want to integrate.
I'll find a way to do it one day, and I'll do a whole thing on Thomas Sowell, and I'll just not care about the whole entire thing.
And if it's integrated, that's the integration of the shadow from the Jungian perspective, and something I talk a lot about in my lectures. It's like you need to have the capacity for danger. You need to be dangerous, but you need to learn how to not use it except when it's necessary. And that is not the same as being harmless.
That's strong right there. That's strong.
Harmless, that's a terrible virtue. It's like a rabbit.
Charlie Kirk explaining race is a construct. I don't mind playing that. I'm going to play this clip one more time, what he just said.
Nothing
right there.
Virtuous about harmlessness. Games where scores aren't kept, that sort of thing, is all a manifestation of that kind of theory as far as I'm concerned. The idea that there's something intrinsically wrong with competition is a very foolish idea, especially if you want to motivate relatively aggressive boys because they're competitive. Well, competition, that's not good. Someone has to lose. It's like, well, you're not going to get very far looking at the world that way, I'm afraid. Maybe you want to generate a plethora of games so that everybody has a shot at winning. That's a good idea, but you certainly don't want to devalue the notion of winning. If you're doing something necessary, you should reward people who are particularly good at it. It's part of the definition of it being necessary. So, and you don't want to control aggression any more than you want to control sex. You want to integrate it. And if it's integrated, that's the integration of the shadow from the Jungian perspective, and something I talk a lot about in my lectures. It's like you need to have the capacity for danger. You need to be dangerous, but you need to learn how to not use it except when it's necessary. And that is not the same as being harmless. Harmless, that's a terrible virtue. It's like a rabbit. There's nothing virtuous about harmlessness. It just means you're ineffectual.
Yeah, I think I would agree. Well, I think there are.
That's a strong one, bro. That's a good one right there. That's a good one.
What's different between white people? This is so important.
I can't break down the helix strand, but I mean,
Give me one thing that white people and black people have different biologically.
Don't change the question of this. Like DNA-wise, we are different.
No, we're not. That's a lie. It has been disproven. Front page of National Geographic 6 months ago. Racism created by society. If you look at DNA independently in a science laboratory, they cannot distinguish between a black person or a white person if they look at just the DNA, because the only difference is the melanin. It has been disproven. Race is a social construct.
Bro, that's our boy, Charlie Kirk cooking, bro.
That I want to break out of.
Probably for the sake of myself, I really do appreciate the ability to debate with you, man.
I want you to think about what I asked you.
Okay, you mind if I have a hat?
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Great points. I would say that I am with you for the idea of a colorblind society. I think it's a bit of a farce to say that colorblind society is something we should aspire to, but I think it's a farce.
KT the Goat says 6% Neanderthal. Where is that? What else did he say? Did he say something else in the chat that I missed? Stabby, okay, what do you have to say about 90% of all mass shooters being YouTube people? I call blacks hurting each other, not have the main people hurting. Trying to figure out, bro, what are you trying to say about Neanderthals, bro? I did my DNA thing, and it turns out I got some Neanderthal in me. You guys find that in yours too? I don't know, maybe the eyebrows. Is it the eyebrows? Let's keep going.
I think that it doesn't exist, that race doesn't play a factor.
I totally agree.
Okay.
Yeah, you're black, but it doesn't matter. It's
What's
not the
up,
most
Dolores?
important thing. Instead, it's, are you a good person? How do you act? How do you treat other people? Are you a Christian?
Society is something we should aspire to, but I think it's a farce to think that it doesn't exist, that race doesn't play a factor.
I totally agree.
Okay.
Yeah, you're black, but it doesn't matter. It's not the most important thing. Instead, it's, are you a good person? How do you act? How do you treat other people? Are you a Christian? Like, what is your worldview? I want to get back to that. Of course, we're still going to see differences, but I want to de-emphasize them to a place where we look at each other as fellow human beings and fellow American citizens. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, can I get a hat from my buddy?
Absolutely love that. And then people are gonna say Charlie Kirk was racist, bro.
Thank you, man. Can I shake your hand, man? Appreciate you.
Thank you, guys.
Thankfully, I was raised away from all that, 2 loving parents. And
that's the greatest thing that you are.
Monkey Gaming, don't be a loser, man. Don't be a loser. We're not trying to do that in the chat and celebrate that kind of thing with Charlie Kirk.
One of the, if not the greatest. And that's my hope for every child, black, white, or Asian, to have 2 parents. That is a ticket to success. Please continue. But here's something I will encourage you to do as a Christian. Okay. Care less about people's shared racial experience and look at them instead of just as their soul, as God made them. We should try to strive towards a blinder race nation, not one that talks about skin color all the time.
I agree 100%.
And I think, where's my brother up here? Where's my man? Look at him. You got to come up here. Come up here. Come up here. Come up here.
What's up, Josh? Glad to have you back. Hello, everyone. Where are we at? Dante said, cool story, but that's all idealism. Explain what you mean. What's idealism? Let's go here. Bernie says, in reviewing the post, finding that black women are racists. I believe in the only colors of today are green and red. If you have money in life is great. If not, sucks. Red, we all have red blood. Bernie has a point. We all have red blood, and the only other color that really matters, I mean, money is very important, guys. And anybody tells you it's not, ain't about to try to get money. So It is what it is. Mike Palantonio said, if you don't think Charlie Kirk was racist, that means you are racist. I actually think there's no such thing as racist, and that's why I'm going to buy one of Jesse Lee Peterson's shirt that says no such thing as racism. Jesse Lee Peterson shop. You guys see this right here? Racism. Let's see if it pulls up. Here it is. This is the shirt I want to buy. Jesse Lee sells this shirt right here. You see this? No such thing as racism. See that? Only preference. Only preference, my dude. Who said that in the chat again? Forgot. If you say Charlie Kirk is where are you at? If you say whoever it was. Oh, Mike Palantonio. Mike Palantonio, if I prefer not to date Muslim women, does that make me racist?
Here, get over the gate. Come over the gate. Look at this guy here. Look at this. Here. Right to the mic.
You stand for me, we good.
Wait, I only stand up for white. Is that a white man? Can you look at him, please? Look at him. Is that a white man? Is that a white man? You said I only stand up for white men. He's got dreads. Instead of just looking at everything in the past that's wrong and bad through a victim lens, say, you know what?
It's still going on. Okay.
One sec. Say, you know what? I'm an American, and I'm going to use my mental energy to say, despite all of that, I get to succeed and flourish and prosper as a black American at the University of Tennessee. You are a living embodiment, Gigi, that you can still succeed as a black individual.
Okay.
Because I look at you not as a black guy, but as a human being made in the image of God, and I want to know what you bring to the table. Are you good at the job?
The Civil Rights Act was a mistake.
Merit, ladies and gentlemen. Merit, not DEI. Not staged. We know we follow Charlie Kirk, bro. Not staged. Hello, Andrea Butterfly. Azul Sky, are you okay with what 47 is doing to the United States? Yes. No more men in women's bathrooms. No more men in women's sports. Yep. Tariffs. Yeah, we're happy with it. We're happy with all of it. This is what we voted for. Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Yeah, so the parts of the Civil Rights Act were great, but the way it's now being implemented to force men in female bathrooms to...
Here's Thomas Sowell, guys. For you guys that were hearing us talk about Thomas Sowell, this is what he says here. Civil rights used to be about treating everyone the same, but today people are so used to special treatment that equal treatment is considered to be discrimination. Felix says, what do you think about the Epstein files? Two things. One, I'll say this. I said this before. I'll say it again. If Trump promised to release everything, he should. I don't agree with saying you'll do it and you don't. So I'll call out Trump where I should. Second thing is, where was your love for the Epstein files when your favorite president, Biden, was in power and did nothing about it? Great question. You should ask yourself.
To push forward of the trans agenda, the intent of the Civil Rights Act is way beyond what it was originally authored for.
But the intent specifically originally was to...
Well, that's interesting. So the intent and the law are two different things. So the intent was noble, which was to say that no American can be not allowed into a place of business.
Thomas, she's got Thomas Sowell, this girl. Look at this. If you have always believed that everyone should play by the same rules and be judged by the same standards, that would have gotten you labeled a radical 60 years ago, a liberal 30 years ago, and a racist today.
It's based on the color of their skin or their ethnic heritage. Totally agreement with that. Totally agreement with that. Totally agreement with that. That's not what the law only did. It created a massive anti-racist DEI army that then gave us affirmative action. For example, recently, Merrick Garland sued using the Civil Rights Act, saying...
Felix, go back to your question. We already talked about Trump. Go ask yourself. Go ask yourself about Biden, and when you're done, go look in the mirror and ask yourself, why didn't my President Biden do anything about those files? And then when you get an answer to yourself, let us know.
That we cannot have voter ID in certain states because it's a violation of the Civil Rights Act. So basically what the Civil Rights Act did is that it went beyond disparate impact and then went to disparate effect. In the sense where if black Americans are not doing as well as white Americans in a certain category, you can now use the Civil Rights Act and say that's a violation of the Civil Rights Act, even though there might be other contributing factors. Does that make sense? Yeah. So it's too broad, too wide, and it's now doing a lot of damage to the country. It's being used well beyond its original intent.
You said the civil rights
Is Charlie, do you believe that black pilots can be qualified? Of course. Any individual can be qualified. I want a hiring quota and program that only cares about qualification, not skin color. So let me use a similar analogy. At Harvard, white and Asian students had to get 200 or 300 points better score on the SAT than comparable Pacific Islander, Native American, or black students. And this happens across the board. This is happening in medical schools. This is happening in surgical practices. So your example aside, you immediately assume when you see a macro trend that affirmative action and DEI means we're going to elevate race above competency. And I think every single person in this audience, if you go into a surgery and all of a sudden your doctor comes and he says, hey, I was hired because of DEI. You're about to go under. We're about to operate on your kidney. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're not going to say diversity is our strength. You want the best surgeon. Now, a more important question to ask me is, Charlie, do you believe that black pilots can be qualified? Of course. Any individual can be qualified. I want a hiring quota and program that only cares about qualification, not skin color. And thirdly, I would say, why does United Airlines care so much about the color of the pilots that are flying them? Shouldn't they just want the best pilots? When you guys are flying from Vegas to...
That's a great question. That's a great question. Why are they so worried about the skin color of the pilots? Why? Why? Racism is not dead, but it is on life support, kept alive by politicians, race hustlers, and people who get a sense of superiority by denouncing others as racists. Thomas Sowell. And that goes back to our buddy that was asking for Thomas Sowell, Victor. And I love this. This is really, I'm going to screenshot this actually. Might as well screenshot this right here. Actually, I'm going to save it. So I'm going to do a screen save, not a screenshot. Let's do that. Bam. All right, that'll save. Racism, I'm going to probably make a reel about this. Racism is not dead, but it is on life support, kept alive by politicians, race hustlers, and people who get a sense of superiority by denouncing others as racists. Love that.
To Dallas or Vegas to Chicago, are you going to feel safer or more comfortable when you hit turbulence if you have a diverse pilot or if you have a cockpit of the most qualified people that are there that have proven that they know how to land and fly planes?
Yeah. Thank you.
The clip where he said, where I thought that he said something racist, and I cannot find it, guys. I can't. I looked everywhere. I've been looking, I've been searching Charlie racist, and I just haven't heard him say anything racist at all.
Because we know that he was not racist. We talked to the man. The man has, I really sat down with the man myself.
So, I mean, we're going to go through some of the tweets, but I'm going to just run this video right here because, you know, this was a very viral one. This one, this is what black people hated the most. This clip right here, when he said black people were better in the 1900s, basically, and the DEI, he said, oh, if we get on the plane, that's what they hate. When he said, oh, we get on a plane with a black pilot, we don't know if it's the pilot's qualified or not. That's what they hate.
But he also said, he also said he would have never questioned that before DEI. Therefore, not blaming the race of the person, but the policy of DEI.
Oh, well, people with brains understand that.
Yeah.
Oh, but after
let me
this,
see this clip though.
Man, my extreme level has went on another level, guys. I was extreme.
In the game for real. Like we need to do what we do. It needs to be said.
I don't think you niggas got a peanut of a brain.
This shows they were actually better in the 1940s. It was bad, it was evil, but what happened? Something changed. They committed less crime.
It was evil, so he is condemning it.
They committed less crime.
Yeah, Sunset, quit it with that rhetoric, dude. That's totally unnecessary. Jen, I think we should do something.
Maybe
with that.
they were afraid. I mean, 4,000 black men, women, and children were killed in violent lynch mobs.
That's your explanation, but I guess
Racial terror permeated American culture for hundreds of years.
Black America is worse than it has been
that
in the last
affected
80 years.
the generational psyche of an entire group of people?
Well, I'm sure it did. I'm not discounting that. I'm just
Racial terror, lynch mobs, men, women, and 4,000.
they committed less crimes.
Maybe they were afraid. I mean, 4,000 black men, women, and children were killed in violent lynch mobs.
That's your explanation, but I guess
racial terror permeated American culture for hundreds of years.
Black America is worse than it has been
that
in the last
affected
80 years.
the generational psyche of an entire group of people?
Well, I'm sure it did. I'm not discounting that. I'm just to show you.
I'm not discounting it. That's the same thing that Byron Donald said, and they crucified him for saying that as well. No one is saying that slavery was good and that all these civil rights and all that stuff was good. All he's saying is, statistically speaking, there were more black fathers in homes. They're raising their kids more. Black people were committing less crimes during this time.
The family unit was stronger.
The family unit was stronger. That's what he's saying, that it's not a race problem. It's a culture problem. Something changed. The culture changed, and black people started acting different, committing crimes, and the thuggish.
So there you have it. Lie debunked. Use another.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you. Yeah, Stabby, agree with what Stabby said up here. What's wrong with merit-based, man? It's a very simple, and I mean, it gets the job done. Merit-based, guys, merit-based. Benjamin, get him, Jen. Yeah. We got to get some more Jesse Lee Peterson merch going. Can't wait to make a deal so we can get that lit up. Can't wait to get our shirts, guys. Looking forward to it for those of you that joined in. All right, I want to play Thomas Sowell so bad, but I just know what's gonna happen. I'll get copyrighted. All right, cool. So I'm going to go right here. And these are the ones that we say. These are the ones where, so did you guys know this about, well, first of all, let me play this.
To mark the October 7th anniversary, we must launch a campaign to educate young Americans about the Middle East. And the way I'd like to begin that process is by addressing an open letter to Chapel Roan. Now, to those viewers who aren't watching this while also looking at their phones, let me explain. Chapel Roan is not the name of one of Trump's golf courses. She's actually a great new recording artist who, like a Hezbollah pager, is really blowing up. In just a few months, she went from a struggling artist to getting 3 billion plays on Spotify, netting her almost 11 cents. But here's what caught my eye. She seems like a Gen Zer who can be reached, because I saw her on TMZ say,
like, obviously, fuck the policies of the right, but also fuck some of the policies on the left.
That sounds like something I would say.
Yes, thanks for mentioning Jen. Andrea, I do have hats. You can pick up hats if you want. I'm not trying to push the merch too hard. Just letting you know, I got medication hats, and I got the gold. I got the white. I think the gold is already sold out. I got a few more of the whites left, and maybe 1 or 2 of the grays. And I do have a dad hat style thing like this as well. It's on my website. You can check those out. And I'm working a deal right now with Jesse Lee Peterson, so I can do some kind of a bundle for us. So stay tuned for that too. Thank you, Jen.
She also said, I think it's important that people use critical thinking. I think it's important for me to question myself, question my algorithm, question, is some person that tweeted something about someone else even true? Preach, queer ally, preach. But then we get to Israel. And Chapel, this is where we must put to the test your pledge to use critical thinking and to question whether what you're reading on social media is true, because it isn't. There's a whole history of the Middle East that you and your fans aren't hearing about.
They're asking about the merch. I go get this. I go choose all my stuff myself. I don't order this online. I literally go to downtown LA to my guy that I know that does clothing, and I have these hats made. So this is an auto hat. I don't know if you can see that. It's an auto hat. Where is it made? I don't know where it's made. Made in Myanmar. Here. And let me zoom in for you. Here. Can you see that? That's the cap right there. Let me zoom back out. Where are we at here? There we go. So that's the hat right there. We got some white ones left. Might have some gray ones left. Gold ones are sold out, but I'll be getting more and get those in stock. There we go.
So why don't you let me be your spirit guide through this? But before I do, let me tell you a little about myself, since you may have no idea who I am, considering that when this show went on the air, you were barely old enough to be told you were in the wrong body. So, my name is Bill Maher. I'm 35. I've been to all of Diddy's freak-off parties, and I work at the same place as Euphoria. In fact, she's right down the hall. My TikTok handle is BeNasty, and I go live every Friday night with the anime filter on, and I once won a smoke-off against Willie Nelson, Woody Harrelson, and Snoop.
Good night, James. Or no, not James. Good night, Josh. Sorry, my bad. Good night, Josh. And Hans, good to have you, buddy. Glad you like the channel, man. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. We're almost at 3,800. We hit 3,500 this morning. We're almost at 3,800 today. Before you know it, guys, we're going to hit 4K. And we're moving. So you guys know I have my Instagram is at 8,000 now, 68K. Here's my IG. It's at 68,100. If you're not following, a lot of fun to be had. I make my own reels that are viral, and just so you guys know, a lot of the reels you guys see that are right-leaning reels, a lot of them are made by me, to be honest with you guys. And people take mine, copy, and pass them around. And so Donald Trump's posted mine quite a few times. So, but this is my IG page is at 68,000. YouTube is the number you see on your screen, 37. It just became 95. And sweet, guys. Thank you so much. And we're growing. And so I just started the YouTube. So this YouTube is growing pretty quick, which is awesome. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you.
Okay, that one's true. But no, look, truth be told, I'm a baby boomer. I remember phone booths and cars with ashtrays and vaginal sex. And I didn't learn about the Middle East from TikTok, which is a Chinese company whose totalitarian government would just love to have America's youth hating America. That's some of that algorithm stuff you say you want to look into. Now, first off, the fact that you don't know much history isn't your fault. You live in the United States, where the schools stopped doing that whole teaching facts thing a while ago. But getting all your history from TikTok is like getting all your calories from Hostess.
Stabby, I agree, man. I definitely agree. Slavery is something that we got rid of. We were one of the first to get rid of slavery. We only get credit for having slaves, but never for abolishing slavery and literally having a civil war over that with ourselves. As Stabby said, it's something that was happening all over the world. All over the world. Absolutely right.
I know you're moved by what you see on there. We all are, the dead Palestinian bodies. But it's odd that your generation didn't seem nearly as moved by the Jewish bodies on October 7th. You killed at Coachella this year, but when Hamas kills at a music festival, it's a whole other thing. Doesn't the sight of so many young women raped at a music festival make it a little personal? My guess is that Gen Z hearts are hardened by the propaganda you see on TikTok, which likes to call the Jews colonizers. But colonizers are intruders who have no history in an area, like when Spain conquered the Mayans, or when your mom took over Facebook. When the Dutch took over South Africa, they had no history to the land, they just wanted it. But Israel is the Jews' homeland, and Jews have always lived there, I cap you not. You history to the land, they just when the Dutch took over, but colonizers.
This part is important. I think this is one of the big parts I wanted to play this for right here.
Colonizers are intruders who have no history in colonizers talk, which likes to call the Jews colonizers. But colonizers are intruders who have no history in an area, like when Spain conquered the Mayans, or when your mom took over Facebook. When the Dutch took over South Africa, they had no history to the land, they just wanted it. But Israel is the Jews' homeland, and Jews have always lived there, I cap you not. You can look it up. It's in this book called The Bible, which is horribly wrong about sex ed, slavery, science, and cooking, but the archaeology checks out. It says the Jews built a temple with a really big wall 7 centuries before Muhammad or Islam ever existed, and sure as shit, you can still go there and touch it. Calling Jews colonizers in Israel is like calling Native Americans colonizers here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you know, one of the big, dude, guys, we're almost at 3,800. 3 more subs and we're at 3,800. Hell yeah, let's do this, baby. A lot of the arguments for Palestine are that, you know, what about their land? You know, they're trying to take their land and all this, that, and the other. Or they're fighting for their land. This land was theirs. They're fighting for their land. They're trying to, you know, Israel was Palestine's land. And okay, so with that logic, all of the Arabs and all of the Arab countries in that region should give up their land to the Persians, because that was Persian land before it was Arab land, right? With that logic, it doesn't work. Unfortunately or fortunately, that's how the world works. Land, you know, and rights and all these kind of things, they get won and lost through wars and things like that. And that's just part of the deal. And I said it before, I'll say it again. Why doesn't Mexico come and try to fight for Texas, to come and get Texas back? Why? Or California? Why? Because they gave it up. One way or another, they gave it up. And you're not going to be idiots and come and try to come fight the United States for it. And that's my take. That's why I think Palestine should not be doing all those things. That you've had lots of wars. You've already tried it. You went nuts. You tried it many times, and every time you did, you lost. And this last time when you did that violent thing on October 7th, which is coming up in 2 more days, when you did that thing on October 7th, you did not help your people at all. It did not help their people at all doing that. That was the worst thing they could have done. If they're trying to protect themselves or protect their people or do something good for themselves, that was the opposite. Should not have done that.
Chapel, did you know that for 2,000 years...
Thank you, Ineb, for calling me names. But I know my history, and I don't know what you're trying to refer to, but that's what it is. Oh, you guys just subbed. We're at 3804, baby. Thank you guys. Hell yeah. Thank you, Michael Shaw. Thank you, bro. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Yes. I got to get a sound, something in the sound for that. Oh, I got one.
That's amazing.
Thank you, man.
That's amazing.
Yes. 3,800, baby. Hell yeah. We're moving, bro. We're moving. Love it. Love it. Ineb, say something, speak, use your words, make sentences, make a point, make your side of your argument. Don't just call names, because that's all you did. Is you called me names. You tell me I don't know history. I know my history enough to say what I said. And if you have something to argue, let me know. Let me know. But when you lose your land, after fighting for it, not once, not twice, multiple times, after you lose it, at some point you got to say, okay, enough is enough. I got to figure out my own shit. You know what I mean? At some point you got to do that. And doing what you did on October 7th did not help you in any way or your people. Actually, it was the opposite. Yeah. So that's not how that works, man. When you lose, and you got to call it a day and go. Keep moving. You know, don't just sit there and go, my land, let me start another war. Let me get more of my people killed. Let me do this. That doesn't work like that, man. Not cool. Not cool. Yeah, not cool. Not cool.
Palestine was like an Uber driver with a 3-star rating. Nobody wanted it. And there was never any Arab country called Palestine.
Here, actually, here's Bill Maher explaining
know
it to
that
you,
for
bro.
2,000 years, Palestine was like an Uber driver with a 3-star rating. Chapel, did you know that for 2,000 years, Palestine was like an Uber driver with a 3-star rating? Nobody wanted it. And there was never any Arab country called Palestine. It was an orphan province. And if you ask people what they thought about it back then, they'd say it gave them the ick. But after World War II, and after the Jews were very nearly wiped out by an actual attempted genocide, they decided it was time for their historic homeland to be an actual country, so that for once they could defend themselves. And the UN, we like them, right? Yeah, they agreed and voted a country for each of the indigenous peoples. One side agreed to that. But the Arabs had a slightly different proposal. They said, how about we keep it all and wipe you out? Chapel, if you think it was repressive growing up queer in the Midwest, try the Mideast. You're a female drag queen, and you sing, I fucked you in the bathroom when we went to dinner, your parents at the table. Yeah, that wouldn't fly in Gaza, although you would straight off a roof. The same goes for knee-deep on the passenger seat and you're eating me out. Yeah, my guess is the morality police would figure out that one's not about the drive-thru. And kill your feather boa-wearing ass. You know when you sing that LA is where boys and girls can all be queens every single day? You're welcome, but offer not good in the West Bank. Chapel, you're not wrong that oppression is bad, or that Palestinian and many other Muslim populations are oppressed and deserve to be freed. You just have it completely ass backwards as to who is doing the oppressing. Hamas is a terrorist mafia that took over Gaza. The Revolutionary Guard is a terrorist mafia that took over Iran. ISIS is a terrorist mafia that took over Iraq. The Taliban is a terrorist mafia that took over Afghanistan. These are the oppressors. And when you make it all about Israel, you take the pressure off of them. You enable them. The Iranian regime has killed 600 protesters after a 22-year-old woman died in police custody following her arrest for the crime of wearing her head covering incorrectly. Just to be clear, that's your team. Iran is who sponsors Hamas and Hezbollah. Are you sure this is who you want to throw down with?
Yeah, that's your team. Who is it? Who's in the chat here, bro? Who is that? That's your team, Ineb. Ineb, that's your team, buddy.
Meryl Streep spoke at the UN recently and said this about the Taliban, who are only slightly more conservative than your heroes in Hamas. She said, today in Kabul, a female cat has more freedoms than a woman. A cat may go sit on her front stoop and feel the sun on her face. She may chase a squirrel into the park. A squirrel has more rights than a girl in Afghanistan today. A bird may sing in Kabul, but a girl may not. You're a singer, and you're advocating for a place and a culture you would never want to live under. Gender may not be binary, but right and wrong kind of is.
If you believe in what we do here.
Yeah. So there's that. So we put that out. I mean, that is what it is. I mean, it's just it's a dose of reality for a few of you in the chat. I could tell that. I could see that, bro. Jeez, you guys are in la la land, unfortunately, and still have nothing to say. You guys are still not making any claims of your own or speaking to anything yourself. You're just saying, where are you getting info? Oh, that's Bill Maher. Bill Maher, is that your info? Well, give us your info, bro. Give us your info and let's talk about it instead of just going, nah. Talk, discuss it. Let's have dialogue. That's what we're here for. That's what we're doing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. All right. Did you guys know that this guy, Chris Williamson, has been dealing with this for the last almost 2 years? I had no idea. Look at this.
I guess you never know what someone's going through.
500,000 Americans may be diagnosed and treated with Lyme disease.
It's one of these unique situations in life where working harder does not fix it.
Grasping for fresh air through the midst of black mold.
And that was an unbelievably difficult hill to.
I'm not going to go play the whole thing, but I don't know if you guys are aware, but he's been dealing with Lyme disease, black mold, and literally like a whole combination of things at the same time. And I had no idea because he didn't say anything. He just kept doing his podcast. Because the guy grew from like 250K followers to like right now he's at 3.8 million. But I had no idea he was going through that. It's wild. I just found out this. He just put this out today. But yeah, guys. Yeah. They're not, dude. I think Hans was right. If I read it correctly. Hans is right. History does not favor Palestinians. So asking us to look up history won't help. It actually doesn't favor them very well. So one of the biggest arguments was, land. They were there, and there's something about land. They had it first. Or so, I don't know what it is, but if you want to use the land argument or someone who had it first, all of the countries in that whole region would have to give up their land to Persia, to Iranians. And it just that's not how the world works. Since the beginning of time, if I walked over your cave and took your cave from you, you would have to go to another cave. You know what I mean? That's just how it works. You go find another cave, and that's how it is. It's not, it's not a perfect world for everyone, but that's how it works. And and that's how we've been progressing. You got to figure it out and move on. There's a reason, again, I say it, and I'll say it again. There's a reason why Mexico doesn't come up here and knock on our doors and demand to get Texas back or try to start a war with us, because that's not how it works. What's done is done. We got to move on. What they did on October 7th was not a solution to their problem, whatever they feel their problem is. Not a solution. If you guys are not aware, the majority of the population of the country of Jordan, thank you, Jen, appreciate you, thank you. I didn't see what he wrote last, but thank you. I don't know if you guys are aware, but the majority of the population of Jordan is Palestinian. Do you guys know why? Do you guys know why? Hans, Jen got rid of him. Jen booted Ineb. He could probably still read the chat, right? Yeah, thanks, Jen. Appreciate you. Thank you. Love Mexico, love everybody, but I'm just talking about history. You know, it is what it is. I mean, things happen, and you got to do. You know, there's winners and there's losers. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to give trophies to everybody, even when they do wrong things. Doing October 7th is not a reason to get a trophy. Doing what they did on October 7th is not a trophy thing. You don't get a trophy for that. You don't get a participation award for that. It's not cool. It is not cool. That is not cool. So anyway, that's that, and it's right now 9:45 in Southern California. It's time, I think, to go have a little tiny snack before I go to bed. And appreciate you guys. We lit up the chat. We lit it up today. 162,000 views today. We got up to 3,800 subscribers. 3,807 right now, guys. Wow. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. That was really good. Stabby says, Medi, do you have a Discord or something where people from the chat can share sources, video content? I do have a Discord. I haven't introduced it yet. I haven't gotten it set up yet. I think I need, a little help with moderators or something to get that going. Someone that understands Discord, because there's a lot of moving parts to it. But I do have it. It's MedikationLIVE, just like the channel. So yes, I do have that, and we'll get that going. Stabby, if you want to reach out, if you want to come back, we can talk about that. Get the Discord going. But I don't have it really dialed in that well right now. It's kind of just set up just initially. Yeah. JMO, I agree. He's JMO, he or she says, cool chat, but the leftists in here are lazy. We need better ones. JMO, that's the thing is, if you like, I've been to a lot of protests, I've been to rallies, I've been on the streets, and when I come across leftists, a lot of times you don't get past the initial name calling or just like some just baseless claim. They throw up on you, and then there's not much to back that up. You know what I mean? They just go blah 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 blah, and then they run. They can't talk after that. So I have a perfect example of a really basic example right here. And I'll pull it up and I'll show you where I was on the streets doing it. This was today's Sunday. I did this yesterday. Where is it? Your videos. Live. And it was right here. This video right here. So it happened right here.
Out here, guys. Let's see.
Said ask if they are Republicans or betas.
No.
So right here, I asked them, do you know who the Great White Hope is? And that's Donald Trump. And as soon as I said that, they said no. And they said some things. And I said, well, why? And they couldn't answer my question. So this is, I know they're younger, but this is just what I mean. This is kind of how it goes. Let me just straighten this out a little more. Here we go. Ready, set, go.
No, more political.
Oh, political? I don't.
Great White Hope.
Do you know what's it?
No? Okay. That's Donald J. Trump.
Oh, we don't like him.
The Great White Hope.
Yeah, he's horrible, actually. Sorry.
He's what?
He's horrible. We don't like Trump.
Oh, why is he horrible?
He's racist. He's homophobic. He's sexist.
How is he racist? What did he say that's racist?
Yeah, I don't feel like being recorded right now. Sorry.
Oh, but you said he's racist. But do you know why, though?
Yeah, I don't like that he's trying to... No, I don't feel like talking, though. I'm so sorry.
I know it happens. Whenever they call him names, they can't back it up. It's weird.
No.
Can't tell why.
Right now.
Oh,
Come
okay.
back to us in 24 hours. 24
The Great White Hope.
The Great White Hope. The Great White Hope. The Great White Hope.
Yep. That's what happens every time. And it doesn't matter, young or old. It just happens every time. Once in a while, I get someone that's like, he'll like have his phone out in this street interview that I do, live street interview I do. You could, here's the title if you want to look it up. In this street, it's in my, it's 2 videos ago. There was a guy that was prepared, had his phone out, searching, Googling, chat GPTing, trying to get me on stuff. And that was like the only guy. Other than that, they can't really do much. They don't really say much. You are using random people on the street to generalize about everyone. No, I'm not. I just told you, there's a guy that I just talked to. He literally was Googling and chat GPTing, and he was like really into it. There's a lot of people like, there are some people like that, but once you get past there, where's the Epstein files? There's nothing left. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. And you're saying, you're really referring to the, come on, bro. Anyway. Stabby, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Hope you stay positive and productive, dude. I'm subbed up, and I'll definitely be checking out your stream going forward. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Good looking out. Dude, thank you guys so much. It's 9:49 p.m. out here in SoCal, and we're going to call it a night. I'll be back tomorrow morning for your morning medication. Probably be about like, I'd say around 8 p.m. I'm sorry, 8 a.m. California time. Okay? Western Standard Time. So thank you guys so much. Jen, thank you for everything you did today. You're handling that for me. Appreciate you. Good looking out. Guys, thank you guys so much. Everyone out there. And appreciate you guys. That was a good chat. DHM, are you the guy from yesterday? Is that who you sound like? The guy from yesterday? Is that you from yesterday, bro? Are you afraid? Are you scared, bro?
Beta male. Man, be a alpha male, not a beta male.
James, see you, bro. Peace, man. Good night. Good night. Good night, everyone. Thank you guys so much. All right, I'm out of here. Good night. Bye, guys.